Hello, folks, and welcome to another episode of the show that's going to have Lord knows how many behavioral problems on our next report card. I'm not sure what we're going to do with ourselves. That's right. Welcome to another episode of Dad's Turn to Talk. My name is Derek. I'll be your moderator for this evening. Yeah, the teachers and the principal doesn't like us. They don't like us at all. But you could like us. You could do that, actually, right beneath there. It's not that far away. Go ahead and click that thumbs up. And then right next to it is your extra credit. That is, of course, the subscribe button. We would love to have you do both of those things if you wouldn't mind. In addition, we are live this evening. How about that? Look at us, moving up in the world. But we will, of course, have the replay available. And if you're interested in going through timestamps like we do normally, you can catch those there and scroll through the subjects and get to what you want to get to. But don't be that guy. Watch the full show. Okay, we're here to help you. You'll like us. You'll thank us. You'll like the way you look. Anyway, having said that, let's get on to introductions. All right, we have guests in this house. Mind your manners, boys. All right, but it's luckily a recurring one. So she is all by means welcome to go ahead and put your feet up by the fireplace, get her a drink. It is our honorary dad / vampire queen, the one and only Queen of the Mirrors herself, Lily. Welcome back, Lily.
Hey guys, thank you for having me again. I'm so excited. You guys are going live now. Yay!
We're moving up in the world. Yeah.
We'll see if we get anybody live. I mean, we had a few last week join us. They came over from Criticalist when Blaine was on. But, we're looking to build that audience, and hopefully with some time we can get there.
Somebody will like us eventually.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So now that order of business is out of the way and being thankful to our guests, let's get on with the regular cast of characters. All right. Well, when it came to school, luckily this man didn't have to worry about it too much because he was the quarterback, and we should thank him, for all his service doing that. The one and only Bob, ladies and gentlemen. How are you, sir?
I'm doing good. It's good that we're live. For those that might be tuning in later or watching the replay, this is going to be our first live stream on this channel. And this channel is now the new home of Dad's Turn to Talk for the live stream. The Dad's Turn to Talk channel will be featuring excerpts from the show. Probably our reviews will be going over there, as well as some of our greatest hits. And at the same time, it is going to become the home of a new stream that we are working on, tentatively titled Family Meeting. And I did want to go ahead and share a potential thumbnail for that. So let me go ahead and share my screen here. This is kind of what I had in mind here. Let's see you guys take a look at this here.
Oh my God, that's actually brilliant. Oh my God, don't show it to anyone.
Oh, well, this is live. Everybody's seeing this.
Oh my God. I love it. That's
so potentially this could be our thumbnail for the new show going forward over on the Dad's Turn Talk channel. Again, we'll see. I kind of like it. I think this is.
You know what? I must be sick because I like it.
I think it works perfect. So this could be our thumbnail for that particular show. Obviously, everything's still a work in progress. We're still trying to iron out what the format was going to be of that show, but we're thinking kind of water cooler talk, probably for about 20, 30 minutes. Nothing to like the length of this show. This will still be the main show over here on this channel, but on the Dad's Turn to Talk channel, we are looking at starting that stream maybe this weekend. If not, definitely soon we'll be starting that. So there you go.
So
God, I hate you guys.
Yeah, I love that.
It's so good.
I thought you'd really like that there, Josh.
Derek feeding me, of course, and Bob just, hey, what's going on?
Yep.
I need to know what did you send them to be like, hey, can you take a picture of you looking like this?
Because I've got a collection of pictures from them now.
Oh my God.
We've been using for the fantasy recap. And for that, I was able to just take some pictures that we've already got and kind of put that together. So
that is so freaking hilarious.
We thank you for your service as always.
Yes.
I'm not really sure.
Hope you like the meal, Josh.
Oh
so
my
good.
god.
Well, let's get the other intro out of the way. Speaking of report cards and those of us who still act and look like sixth graders, the one and only Josh. Hello.
Coming from the guy wearing a robe. Okay.
Yep,
Really?
nice one too.
Really?
Yep.
Anyway.
And by the way, you have no business talking with what may have been the douchiest Halloween costume I've ever seen in my life.
Oh God, Lily,
Right?
I apologize.
No, that's like that's been one of my
I
that's
tell you,
been
don't
one of
sweat
my
it, but that didn't
favorite
happen for you that
memories.
night.
Oh my gosh. It's
Oh.
literally one of my favorite memories on this show now.
What made it funny, Josh, is that after you got off, Lily and I
I
stayed
know.
talking, and she says, "I thought it was hilarious how Josh was just slipping into madness wearing that hat." So,
Yeah.
I thought you were gonna, yeah, you
Oh.
were playing your part a little too well. I could see your soul
Oh
leaving your
my
body. You were gonna
Oh, it was beautiful. And then that Friday, I asked Charlie, okay, are you gonna be the White Rabbit? She's like, oh no, I changed my costume. I want to be Wednesday. And I'm like, okay, I'm not wearing that costume. So, and I told Lisa, I was like, okay, you have a black dress. She's like, yeah. I'm like, you'll be Morticia, and I'll be Gomez. I have a black suit, and it was perfect.
no, it wasn't. You sent us a picture of that mustache. No, it wasn't perfect.
No, I should have grown one. Actually,
Yeah,
next year,
yes, you should. Please, dear God, grow one out.
next year we're thinking of being Sonny and Cher.
Okay.
So we might do that. So, but I just want to say happy Veterans Day to everyone. And Bob, thank you for your service. Definitely did a lot for us. So appreciate it. And
You're welcome.
very excited we're live.
All right.
Thank you, Bob.
That's some fun.
Derek, it reminds me of Curb Your Enthusiasm. You didn't thank him for his service.
Well, I just did. I mean, I tailed off of you, but at least I did it.
Good.
All
Lord.
right. Well, what do you say again? You want to get to the news?
Let's do it.
All right. All right, folks. Well, that's quite a bit of news that we're going to cover here tonight. So this is a bunch of fun topics. Now, in order to start off the first one, Josh,
Yes.
when it comes to these things, what do you not do? What are the rules?
What are you talking about?
Never
What are the
mind.
rules
Oh,
for
I'm getting
Gremlins,
to it.
Josh?
For the Mogwai.
Okay, no water, no feeding after midnight, no bright lights.
Yes, correct. God, it's been so
Thank
long
you.
since I've seen Gremlins.
But
What?
I still remembered it.
No, I remember.
no,
I
come
saw, I saw the first two. They were good.
Well, it's a Christmas movie, so it's almost
Yes.
Christmas time. So
There we go.
again.
The gift that keeps on giving. All right, Bob, well, take us off here. Looks like
All
they're
right. Well,
back.
this article's over in Variety. It says Gremlins 3 movie sets November 2027 release date.
Cool.
Of course, we got Gizmo here.
Oh,
It says Warner Brothers is officially reviving the Gremlins franchise with a new installment set to barrel into theaters November 2027. The film has been added to the studio's release schedule for November 19th, 2027. David Zaslav, the CEO and president of Warner Brothers Discovery, revealed on Thursday's investor call. So this actually came out last week, this news. Steven Spielberg is returning to executive produce Gremlins 3, while Harry Potter filmmaker Chris Columbus is set to direct and produce. That I'm excited about, that he is the one coming to this franchise, because I actually heard Blaine refer to it this way, or it was somebody else on Criticalist Cast that's saying that Gremlins is basically Home Alone in that, they're tearing everything up. So he might be perfect for that. You scroll down a little bit in the article, says all other details, including plot description and anyone starring in the film, haven't been disclosed. So we don't really know any of that information yet. The original Gremlins, which famously led to the creation of the PG-13 rating, was released in 1984 and directed by Joe Dante, with Columbus writing the screenplay. So that's cool. So that he's coming back to that. And the film was a box office hit with $212 million worldwide. The sequel 1990s Gremlins 2 was less successful with 41 million, but became a cult classic. That does make sense that it would be less successful because it was more of a parody of itself than anything else. So yeah. So we're getting Gremlins 3.
Which one had Hulk Hogan in it? The first one?
That was Gremlins 2.
That was Gremlins 2. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
All right, we're getting Gremlins 3. November 2027 it is. So yeah, folks, we're going to be waiting a while. But we treat our guests nicely in this house. Lily, why don't you go ahead and start us off here with your initial thoughts?
I'm kind of a little bit torn because I do love the Gremlins. They're hilarious. And Gizmo's so cute. Oh my gosh. But we're just getting so many remakes. We're getting like sequels, prequels to other things that have already come out. And we always keep saying that we want something new and fresh ideas. But look at him. He's so adorable. Plus, I think back then, the puppet, the actual puppet for Gizmo was like amazing. Now, can you imagine what they can do with like enhancements, like with Grogu?
Yeah.
And they can actually like update everything. Oh, that would look so cool. Plus, the Gremlins are just a bunch of crazy menaces, and I just love them so much. So I'm kind of torn. I want to say that I want something new, but at the same time, I kind of want to see them again. So that's just me. The woman in me wants to see the furry little adorable little baby Gizmo and then the crazy Gremlins.
That's understandable. Both perspectives. All right. Very good. Thank you for that, Lily. All right. Josh, thoughts? Let's hear them.
I'm very excited. I love Gremlins. I can't wait. And now 2027, we're getting Spaceballs and Gremlins. It's like 1987 all over again. It's awesome.
Does Miami Vice come out that same time frame?
That is funny.
That's true. Yeah. Miami Vice.
Oh my God. That is crazy.
Lily was here for that one.
Yeah, I was.
Right. That is funny. I think it's a great idea. I think it'll be fun. Probably take Charlie to see that one. She'll be, 11 years old? So maybe show her the other ones. And I am excited. Yes, they're having problems in Hollywood coming up with new stories, new plot lines. But honestly, you can't go wrong with Gremlins, right?
Well, I guess you could, but
Don't jinx it.
Don't jinx this.
Yes. Don't. This is supposed to be fun.
So I am very excited about this. I think it's going to be cool. Got Steven Spielberg being an executive producer, and he directed the first two, right?
No, I think he was produced them.
Yeah,
he produced. I thought he directed.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I don't think he directed them.
Okay.
Let me look it up real quick.
Well, Chris Columbus was the first and the third, right? Because Chris Columbus is coming back to do a third one.
Well, they said that he wrote the film, so it was Michael Fennell. Oh no, I'm sorry. Joe Dante was the director, and Michael Fennell produced, and Chris Columbus did the screenplay.
So Spielberg did nothing, or he did produce?
I think he was a producer. I'm sure he was probably an executive producer.
Okay. So it's going to
remember the executive producer is not going to get top billing as far as the producer credit goes.
Right. So. I'm interested to see how they do the what the storyline is. So yeah, I'm excited.
Gizmo just being cute the whole hour.
I have thoughts on that. All right, Bob, please.
All right. The Gremlins are cool. I mean, there's no other way to say it. They're cool. They're a lot of fun. Like you said, Lily, they are a menace. And you watch them tear everything up. You have a blast watching them. And then they're creepy too. Like where in the first film where they turn on the Christmas album, and you hear, "Do you hear what I hear?" And you got them tearing everything up, and the mom is slowly walking over. It's great. Watching them sing, like hi ho, as they're watching Snow White. It's great. I love Gremlins. The second one is obviously a parody of itself. They knew that their source material, despite trying to make it creepy, was silly. And so they went all out with the cheese with the second one. So I'm curious to see what form Gremlins 3 will take. Is this going to be a film that is going to be cheesy and or overtly cheesy and be a parody of itself, or is this going to try to be a serious film? That's more what I'm curious to see is what direction this will take. But give me more Gremlins. Heck yeah. Let's watch more Gremlins. I understand what everybody's, afraid of with the writing and all that stuff. And yeah, we want original stuff, but it's been forever since we've seen Gremlins. Bring them back. Let's have some fun.
Nice.
Okay. So people can say all they'd like to that they're not going to see this. And I have to curse, that, friends, is bullshit. You be at the theater just like I will. Okay?
Yeah.
You want to see this just like I do. Don't act like you don't want to see that cute little son of a bitch right there.
That's me. They call me Gizmo.
No, they don't. They don't call you anything close to that. Anyway.
Okay, you took away my happy place right there. Good God. Unreal.
So the fact that there are concerns. Of course there are, especially these days. There's gonna be, but don't act like you're not gonna see this. Come on, this is too good of fun. It just is. And the fact that Spielberg's coming back to produce it, Columbus is coming back to do his thing on it again. Look, this is not a hard formula. This is very, very simple with movies like this. This is a softball. This is a gimme. Just make a nice, fun holiday movie, send it out to people, have Gizmo in a Santa hat waving on the sleigh, and then everybody can be on their way. Go. It's not that hard. Okay, so just...
No, this should be a home run.
This should be easy. This is a softball. Yeah. Just throw it, hit it, and get the home run out of it.
Correct.
So, fingers crossed, but I don't see anything that's giving me alarm bells yet with what I hear about it. And by the face of that guy, there's nothing that's going to give you alarm bells about this. You're just going to want to hug him for, about 2 hours. So, Lily, to your point, I think it's actually going to be pretty amazing what they can do with the enhancements of this. And I'm looking forward to that, too, seeing how much more, just vivid it's going to be. So I am signed up. Yes, if they had tickets to buy right now, I'd do it. Who am I kidding? And, yeah, I'm ready. Let's have fun. I'm for it. Cool. All right. Now, that was some good news, or, news in the right direction. I think what's going to be next is great news. I'm looking very, very forward to this. Bob, take us to the article. Good.
All right. So this has to do, this is an article over in the Hollywood Reporter, and the trailer for this is actually out. So Kill Bill is coming back to theaters, but it is going to be Kill Bill, the whole bloody affair. And it's a new 4-hour version of the film. It's going to be, so they're releasing the whole thing together. Let's go ahead and get into the article here. Obviously, we see Uma Thurman. We got the bride back here. And so it says Kill Bill, the whole bloody affair unites 2023 or 2003's Kill Bill Volume 1 and 2004 Kill Bill's Volume 2 as a nationwide theatrical release for the first time. The film also includes a new and never before seen anime sequence. They show a little bit of that in the trailer. And it says the film's runtime is well over 4 hours, 281 minutes, but that thankfully includes a 15-minute intermission. The Lionsgate release will be exclusively in theaters starting December 5th. So Kill Bill is back for a theatrical release.
Hey, Bobo, didn't they film some of it in El Paso?
I don't know.
I thought they filmed some of it in El Paso.
I don't think they did, but they mention it, because where everything went down was supposed to be like a little chapel in El Paso.
Yeah. Which looks nothing like El Paso, but
yeah.
But it works for the movie.
You got to suspend disbelief sometimes.
Yeah. So so we got that news. All
right, let's go around the horn again. This time we'll go back. What do you think?
I'm psyched to see this. I'll probably go and check this out. Yeah, it's 4 hours long, but I'm gonna find some time to go see this. I love Kill Bill. Kill Bill's a great. Both of them are great movies. There's a lot of good stuff there. Tarantino is one of those visionary directors. He's got a very unique style. A lot of his stuff is just fun. I I don't think I've seen one of his movies that I didn't like. I think I like every single one of them. The last one that he did was Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, and that was really, really good too. I had a blast with that one. So to have the opportunity to go see both of these as one movie, and of course it's got some new stuff in it, yeah, let's go check it out. Again, this is both of these are great films. Uma Thurman is great as the bride. Lucy Liu. What's his name? Carradine. Oh
David
Carradine. As Bill.
Awesome.
I mean, he's great. Just the presence that he brings to that character. I mean, there's a scene where he's sitting there and he's got the bride there in front of him. He's sitting there making a sandwich in front of her because that's how much power he has. He's not even afraid of anything that she's going to do because he is so sure of himself. I mean, the characters are just so outrageous. The action sequences are crazy as well, and that's what you expect from a Tarantino film. Sign me up. I'll probably go check this out.
Okay, Josh.
I agree with Bob. I don't know if I'll check it out in the theater because 4 hours, but I remember seeing it with Bob, seeing both of them, and we loved them. We loved them. And again, the part with David Carradine making a sandwich, and I remember, Bob, we were laughing. We're like, that guy has no fear.
Yeah,
fear.
That's the whole point.
Right. And then that chapel scene was incredible from what I remember. Wasn't that all the bloodshed and everything? And it was so good. It was so good. Kill Bill was just both of them. Tarantino did a great job. Was it Tarantino? Did he make a cameo in both of them?
I don't remember if he did or not.
I don't
recall
think
seeing
so.
him.
I thought he did. He tends to do that in his movies.
Sometimes.
No, I don't think so.
He was not.
I don't think he's done an acting job, period, since From Dusk Till Dawn.
Yeah.
No. Death
No.
Proof. He did Death Proof. Death Proof.
Did he?
Planetary.
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And no, he didn't direct Desperado, did he?
No, that was Robert Rodriguez.
That's right. But he was in that. Okay.
Yeah.
But it's going to be awesome, Bob. I think you'll have a great time.
Nice.
Yeah. I mean, Kill Bill, 2 great movies, Volume 1 and Volume 2, and can't wait to hear what you think about them.
Okay.
All right. Okay, Lily, take it away.
I love these movies more than I probably should. It's all those fight sequences are just so freaking cool. Like, I can't even pick a favorite one because all of them are so good. I just remember, like, from back then, every single time, like, the cast would come out with something, and it kind of stayed with me, something that Vivica Fox said. She was like, oh, yeah, during the fight scene with Uma Thurman, she's like, the sweatier and bloodier and everything that we got, like, the better that Quentin thought that it was. So he just wanted us just to, like, completely just destroy each other. And I was like, well, you guys did a great job because that scene was crazy. But yeah, I love all of those fight scenes, especially the one where she goes to finally confront Oren Ishii. Oh my gosh, like I can't even pick my favorite. Like, I'm just going through all of them right now, but there's so many cool characters. It's not even like just the main characters too. It's like all the side characters you get to meet, like Gogo Yubari, I think. Oh my gosh, she was such a standout when this movie came out. But yeah, so cool. I'm definitely gonna go see it. So I have to figure out who can actually hang for a 4-hour movie. But at least they're nice enough to give you an intermission because they don't always do that. Because I believe last year when I went to go see the Lord of the Rings extended editions, we didn't get an intermission. So you just have to watch the whole thing.
Dear Lord.
Yeah. Oh, I don't think I could do that.
You will watch those early.
So that's exciting. So now I know what I'm going to be doing on December 5th, which it's my best friend's birthday. So I have to come up with an excuse or something. Or take her. I think she actually likes the movie. Take her. Too, so. But yeah, I'm excited.
Yeah, these are great movies.
Yeah, those are such awesome movies. Oh my gosh. Yeah.
Okay, I'm not going to say much different for you from what everybody said here, but my initial reaction.
Hey, gosh, that's great to hear.
hold on. When did you get a chance to do all this all of a sudden? I thought Bob had taken this away from you.
Yeah, Josh, but he's moderating tonight.
Right. So
I
what?
have to teach him how to do this because he's going to need to know how to do it for the other show. You really want to have this discussion right now?
Yeah, I do. This is ridiculous.
Stop whining.
I want to learn. I am learning. It's ridiculous.
What?
I want to know how to do this. This is not fair.
Brother, what a night it really was. Brother, what a night. Jeff wants to learn how to do it just so he can throw a clip on us. He doesn't realize it's about comedic timing. It's about, the flow of the show.
Yep.
If anybody has comedic timing between the three of us, it's me.
No, least of, as a matter of fact.
Shut up.
That's to me the timing. Now, where was I?
Thank you, Josh, for interrupting the flow of the show. Now, Derek, what do you think of Kill Bill?
All right, so I am not unlike anybody here. I adore these movies. Bob, I'm like you. I don't think there's anything I've seen Tarantino do that I think is like even I pretty much love everything he's done. Like, I think Jackie Brown's is probably his weakest film, and I still think that's a really good movie. So these were like rays of colors and swords and blood and guts and everything you can appreciate in a Tarantino film because he's so wacky and out there. He never minds going to like these crazy places, and he does it in both these two films. Now, they're both different films in a lot of ways because the first one is so focused on the action. That's such a badass picture of her with that with the Hanzo sword. But the second movie doesn't work like that. The second movie is very much more like a dramatic tale. The scene when she gets put in that coffin is still one of the most scary things I've ever seen in movies. That is terrifying, watching her scream for her life. Spoiler alert, she busts out of that. If you haven't seen these yet, that's on you. But I can't wait for this. Now, the problem is that I'm basically going to have to tell the wife you're on your own for like a full night. I'm talking dinner and putting the kids to bed. Like I'm not going to be home for a while, and I have no problem telling her that. I just got to find out when, and then take myself to the theater to see this. And then is this being released nationwide? Like
that's my understanding with this one. This one will be getting a nationwide release, but
because I just hope it's not a limited one, only because I feel like this deserves, a good 4-hour run as many places as it can be.
I'm pretty sure that this will get a much wider release than say like Frankenstein did.
Yeah. And I understand. I mean, I understand why they did Frankenstein the way that they did, but give this one its due. This is just love these movies. I can't wait to see the much longer one. All right. Well, now that we've praised Quentin accordingly, let's move on to some news that isn't what I would call awesome. So, Bob, let's get to the third article.
All right.
Uh-oh.
All right.
Oh.
So this is over in Variety as well. They announced actually yesterday that the Jimmy Olsen DC Crime series is in the work at HBO Max from American Vandal duo. First season is focused on Gorilla Grodd. So there's Gorilla Grodd right there. So DC Studios and HBO Max are developing a fictional true crime series set in the DC universe. Titled DC Crime, the show would be presented as a true crime docuseries that would be hosted by Jimmy Olsen. The first season would focus on Gorilla Grodd, a DC villain best known for his battles with the Flash. Tony Yacenda and Dan Perrault would serve as writers, executive producers, and showrunners on the series. James Gunn and Peter Safran of DC Studios would also executive produce, with DC Studios' Galen Weissman overseeing production. Warner Brothers Television is the studio. So we don't need to really go through the rest of the article. So we got a Jimmy Olsen series coming out over here on HBO Max that they're going to be working on. It's supposed to start filming next year.
All right, Josh, Mr. Superfan, go ahead.
I don't understand something. I did like Superman, Lily. I don't know if you knew that. These guys hated it with a passion. I
I
liked
didn't hate it with a passion, John. Don't put words into my mouth.
You told me last week you hated it. Don't
No, I said I didn't like it. I told you that there was a lot to like about it, but the things that I hate, the things I didn't like trumped it. Don't put words into my mouth.
I'm not. You said last week on
I
the
gave
phone.
it a 45% over on Criticless.
What?
Oh, 45%.
Hey, that's still considered a decent.
Wow.
That's still considered a decent score.
Oh my God. Nice. Yeah. Anyway, so why is it they always take these characters and are like, we got to put them in their own movie? I like Jimmy Olsen. I love the actor who played him, but really, there's so many things to explore in the DC universe. And this is what you do. The only thing that would make this good is if he dresses up like in a trench coat and a hat. It's like Unsolved Mysteries, plays the stuff. That would be kind of funny. But other than that, I'm like, why? Why is it that I've always said it? They always take these secondary characters and are like, we're going to do this with them. What is it about it? Just because we say, oh, they did a great job in the movie. We liked them, but now it's like doing this. And I think it takes away from the main characters and building those main characters up in the long run. I don't get why they see this as something that people would want to see. It doesn't, like, just because you sit there and say, yes, he was great as Jimmy Olsen. He was funny. He was, definitely much better than, oh, we got a thing. Who's that?
This is one of my viewers over on my channel. It's great to have you here. This is our show, just so you know, because you've checked out my other videos. This is our show, Dad's Turn to Talk. This is from actually my other channel, but it is now going to be making its home here. So we're glad that you could join us tonight.
Welcome. Yeah. And so anyway, I don't get what the value is. There is so much to explore in this universe that you don't have to take Jimmy Olsen. And like I was saying, he was good. He was a hell of a lot better than what we got in Batman v Superman. I'll tell you that. What a freaking disaster that was. Mr. CIA. Are you kidding me? But anyway, I don't get it. I don't want to sound like a negative Nancy with this, but there's so many things in this universe. Yes, we have Green Lantern coming up, but we don't know what's happening with Batman in this universe. They haven't
we don't know yet.
Gotten that. And then, so you're going to do Flash. Do a Flash movie then. An accurate Flash movie. But it's like, I don't understand why they do that. And here we go, guys. It's like Star Wars taking an Ewok movie, saying, oh, they're popular. Let's do an Ewok movie or something like that.
They did that, Josh. They did 2 of them.
I mean, it's just so ridiculous. I don't get why you do that. So will I watch it? Sure. But there are just so many other things that I would rather see going on in this universe. So, I mean, I would love a oh my God, I lost the name of it. The one we love, Commandos.
The Creature Commandos?
Creature Commandos live action. I think that would be awesome.
I don't know if you could do that one live action. I think you get. I think
after Frankenstein, of course you could.
I just don't know. I don't know if I trust James Gunn to do it, but I mean, I'll get into that when I'm talking about this. So
okay. So anyway, that's my opinion on it, and I'm sticking to it.
All right, Lily, take it away.
First of all, I love that Josh is like, gosh, this is a terrible idea, but I'll be there.
Yeah, exactly. I'll be there.
I'll be there.
This food tastes awful. Here, have some.
I'm kind of gonna echo that a little bit too, just because I feel like they need to flesh out their superheroes first before they start doing a whole bunch of TV shows. I think the Penguin was kind of like a one-off because Colin Farrell is awesome. You already know the name. we saw him enough in the Batman movie that was a good little spin-off. But like you guys said, we don't even know who the new Batman is. We don't even know who the new superheroes are yet. We don't know who the new Wonder Woman is. We don't know who any of these people are. And they're already giving us like a little sideshow or whatever. What I will say, though, is this might be a kind of a good way to show you a lot of different villains that you wouldn't necessarily have time to put into a lot of the movies, that a lot of people might want to see something different too. I see everyone complaining all the time that like, oh great, so all the villains, it's always going to be the Joker, it's always going to be the Penguin, it's always going to, so I get it. People want to see different villains too, so that would be kind of a cool way to kind of do something like this. And then like Josh said too, if you're gonna have Jimmy Olsen doing this whole thing, it has to be a little bit cheesy. He's got to do the whole detective thing and just tell you the story, like kind of Dick Tracy vibes or something. Yeah, so that would be kind of cool. So I feel like that would be something that I would actually want to watch. But like I said, we don't even know who the superheroes are. Why are you giving us this TV show now? Like, I don't understand. Like, what's going to draw me to it if I don't even know who the rest of your superheroes are? Yeah. So I don't know. Like, this could be a good idea. It could be a good show. I don't feel like they've thought about when to drop all this stuff too. Plus, it also worries me too because of like the MCU. When they dropped a bunch of their TV shows too, that they connected with their movies, and then you had to watch the TV shows or else you didn't know what was going on in the movie. Right. And so is this going to be something that's separate from that doesn't involve necessarily like your superheroes or the main storyline too? Or is this just going to be more homework for all of your viewers to watch before you go watch the movies too? Like that's another thing that I think I would be the most worried about when they start bringing in a bunch of TV shows.
Points. Bob, hit it.
Superman's bad.
Yeah. He hated Superman, Lily.
I didn't hate Superman. I thought there was a lot to like about it. I did not like Superman. I didn't like it.
I said I hated Superman.
Yes,
Derek
hated it.
Derek, I get you hated it. I totally get that. Last week I'm on the phone with Bob, and either he was trying to get rid of me or something because he was busy doing something. He goes, "No, I really hated it."
I didn't say I hated it.
Now he doesn't remember.
Oh gosh, Josh, there you go, putting words into my mouth again. Okay, anyway, as far as this goes, I kind of agree with Lily as far as this could be a good way to see some of the other villains. I do like the fact that it is going to be focused on Gorilla Grodd, so that could be kind of cool because, yeah, we don't really get to see a whole lot of him in movies. He was featured in the Flash show, but it'd be kind of cool to see him in movies. And I think that if they do that properly, maybe even show some sequences with the Flash actually taking him down. You don't need to show the Flash close up, but like you see like the speed going by or something like that. You know, I think that'd be kind of cool. So that's the only way this could work. And I agree, make this cheesy. As far as whether I'm really interested in it or not, no, a lot's going to depend on what happens with Lanterns. That is what I'm really hanging my hat on. If Lanterns is good, then I think the DCU could go forward and properly, because there are some things to like here. Even though I didn't particularly like Superman, I do think that it set up some interesting things, and I do think that the tone of it was good, as far, or maybe not the tone, but the fact that it is a comic book world was really cool about that. And so even though it had a lot that I didn't like, there is a lot of stuff to like about this. So if the world goes in that direction, that could be kind of cool. So Lanterns is kind of where I'm holding my hat on. If that's a success, then maybe this could work. But if Lanterns doesn't work, I don't see Supergirl going through. And then we don't even know what's going to happen with WB as far as what gets sold and whatnot. So this may not even go forward at all. But as of right now, it's in the works. I don't have really a whole lot of interest in it. But if they do it right, I'll probably still check it out.
Okay, Derico, what do you think?
Bob, you're a very nice man. Very nice man. 45% on Criticlist to start.
Wow.
And you say, you know what? I'm still willing to give this a shot. Because I'll tell you what's going to happen right now. This is going to be crap. This is going to be garbage. Because Superman was garbage. This will be garbage. There's no real other way to say it. And what are they going to do? Put him in there and talk about how, I think I saw Lobo. Like, what is this?
We have a Lobo reference. That's great.
Like, no. And I'm like, but Bob, you have made this point. And I don't even think it's if Lanterns is. I'm not saying Lanterns even has to like really bomb. I think as all this goes, if Lanterns is just even like relatively bad, that's it. This is done. I think two experiments that just aren't great is just going to be too much for.
Lily, did you see Superman?
I have not seen it.
Oh wow, okay.
She's doing herself a favor.
Yeah.
Oh, shut up, Eric.
It's been on my watch list for a while now, and despite the fact that I think David Cornsweet is very handsome, for some reason it just doesn't call to me. And
Really?
I've been watching like other stuff. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I'll get to it eventually.
You're not missing much.
Yeah, that's what I've heard. That's what I've heard from a lot of other people. That I kind of have the same taste in movies with. So I'm not in a hurry to watch it, but maybe one day, maybe as a second screen, and maybe I'll think it's good if I'm doing something else while I'm watching it. So we'll see. I don't know, but yeah, I haven't seen it.
You got alcohol in that house?
Oh, one of those. One of those movies. Oh.
No, there were a couple parts that were not good, but all in all, I liked it.
A couple
parts. Yeah, there's a lot more than a couple parts there. So.
Josh, it was a terrible movie, but I liked it.
Yes, there you go.
Terrible,
That's
Lily.
Josh.
It was not terrible. It was, I would say if it was terrible. Batman v Superman theatrical cut was a terrible movie. The extended version was much better. Much better.
Both of them were better than whatever that was.
You know what?
All right.
Who knows?
Okay,
Who knows?
no, but let's get to the last question before we move on from the news. Lily, you got to pick one: David Cornsweet or Austin Butler. What's the
Butler.
It's always going to be Austin Butler. I don't even know why you're asking me. Like, you can have like an entire list and ask me everybody, like every actor in the world, and it's going to be Austin Butler. I don't even know why you asked.
Lily would sell her liver to just say hi to Austin Butler.
Maybe not my liver. I need my liver, but a kidney.
Yeah,
I don't need both.
You got some of those,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm like, why did you even ask?
Why?
Because it was a test.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
You can say it, Lily. Derek, that was a stupid question.
Shut up, Josh.
Say it. Make him feel bad about himself.
Oh man, that's funny. That even
knew when to quit.
Oh. At least Bob is discreet with it. You're like,
Yeah, I don't care. I see a clip, I'm going to play it. How about that?
I could just count.
This is. I can't imagine what would happen if you had this power. All right.
Oh, I hope. I pray. I will.
He'd be hitting it like every 5 seconds. God.
No, I wouldn't. Maybe
Yes,
10
you would.
Maybe
All right. Okay. Well, that was a good section of news. A lot of news. Most of it to look forward to. Some not at all. Let's move it on to the next section of the evening, and we're going to see if you can leave it to us.
Honey, did you put hubcaps on the lawnmower?
Yeah,
Why did you do that?
I don't know.
That's all right, folks. It's time for a section that we like to do here called Leave It to the Men. Bob is about to introduce us to an idea that's either going to be really great or really stupid. One of the two.
All right.
That's why we
Here we
talk
go. I can't wait.
All right, so I'm gonna have to leave the sound off on this one, just for copyright purposes. So, you guys ready?
Jeez.
All
right, so
starting.
I know we've actually moved past grilling season, but you can grill any time of the year, really. So,
Yeah, according to Derek.
is this a good idea here? Check this out here.
Yes.
It's a
Love
brilliant
it.
idea.
Love it.
Yeah.
Love it. It'll
That's
take time to
magnificent.
build
Look
it,
at that.
but still.
Look at this thing.
beautiful. Look at that.
Yeah.
Yes, absolutely. 200% yes.
The level of
There we
success,
go.
yeah, the level of success that guy felt at the end of that,
Yeah.
just spectacular.
I'm
All
actually
you have to
impressed
do-
that didn't fall off.
I
Yeah,
know.
all you have to do is turn on the grill, light the flame, and then sit down.
Well, you got to have somebody feed it on the
Right,
Get
but
it
he doesn't
down.
have to do anything.
not at that moment. He doesn't. Either
Yeah,
way,
that-
that's a great idea.
Yeah, you know, it worked. It got the hot dog to where it belonged, and it was creative. You know, I mean, is it probably the most efficient way? I'm sure you're probably going to lose a few hot dogs on the way, but it seems to work.
Right when he got to the bottom of that hill, it looked like that thing had a good chance of just flying off.
Yeah.
It landed perfectly.
But yeah, if you get the majority of them, I'd say it's a win. How many times have you been just sitting at the grill being like, come on already? That would be endless entertainment to
Yeah,
get you
you're
through
having a
these.
beer, you're sitting down.
Yep.
It's fantastic. Brilliant.
There you go.
All right. We solve it again, folks. Leave it to the men. All right.
You know, there's no way a lady thought of this. She's going to be like, why are you doing this? You know, a guy thought of that.
You know what a lady says? You know what a wife says? You lazy.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah. But, honey, did the hot dogs get cooked?
Yes.
Yes, they did. The point was made. All right. So now that we've covered that, all right, let's get into some really, really fun stuff here. Allow us to move on to our next topic. The Teen Wolf right at the end.
I love it. Love it.
Oh, no, Dad. Oh, no, not this time.
All right. Well, Lily, we think you joined us for the right episode because this is a subject that's very near and dear to your heart.
Yes.
And it will be for us as well. So this is going to be an interesting one. The idea behind this segment is that we're going to do three things. We have the best, what we think is the best monster, the best movie with any monster. The best monster doesn't have to be the best movie. And then you have your favorite movie. Did I get it all right, Bob? Okay.
And essentially what we're looking at is we're looking at the classic monsters. Now, these don't have to, we're not necessarily talking about the classic movies like the old Frankenstein or the old Dracula or any of that stuff. We're talking just the classic monsters, you know, the vampires, the mummy, the werewolf, Frankenstein, the zombie, you know, these are ones you would consider classic movie monsters that that are there. So any film that any of these have appeared in is fair game.
Okay. Fair enough. Does anybody want to volunteer to go first?
I'll go first.
You go,
Okay.
Bob.
You go,
Okay.
Bob.
So we're going to start with the best monster, and I think that is the vampire. And the reason I think that the vampire is the best is because I think culturally it's been this particular monster has been the most relevant. I think that you see more costumes over Halloween for this particular monster. I don't see a whole lot of Frankenstein running around. I don't see a whole lot of mummy running around. Yeah, you see some zombie, but I would say that the vampire is probably the most culturally relevant. I also think there have been more movies with the vampire. I mean, you see television shows and all of that. So when it's all said and done, I think that particular monster has had the most impact. And I think when people think of the movie monsters, I think that's the one that usually comes to mind first and foremost is Dracula or the vampire as a whole. So with that being said, I do think that the vampire is probably the most is probably the best monster and has had the most impact.
Fair choice. Okay. Let's go on to Josh.
I
Josh.
probably have to agree with Bob. The vampire. I mean, so many things have come out. Even if you take a look at like Batman, kind of, you know, it's got that vampire-esque type of feel. And then, like he said, like we went over our Halloween costumes. I dressed up as a vampire when I was young. You know, that's always a go-to to a lot of people. Is what am I going to be for Halloween? Oh, Dracula is always a hit. You know, paint the face, got the teeth, got the cape. I definitely think for modern times too that you can't go wrong. And a lot of movies wasn't, like Twilight. Wasn't Twilight based on
So
vampires?
there you. I am glad you said
There you
Twilight
go.
because
That was
she
like
just
perfect
brought up
timing.
Edward
Yeah,
Cullen.
perfect timing.
What happened?
Okay,
Look at the
Josh brought up
comment.
Edward Cullen, Twilight.
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. See?
So yeah,
Thank you.
perfect. So good point there, Josh. Yeah, I mean, the Twilight movies. I mean, that tore it up
It did.
when those things came out.
Right.
Just a quick story on Twilight before you finish, Josh. So when I was at AIT doing my medic training,
Yeah.
I went to a movie and they showed the first trailer for Twilight. Now I had no idea about the books or anything like that. So I saw the trailer and I was like, oh, okay, this is a cool vampire movie coming out. So yeah, let me go check this out. Thanksgiving was rolling around and I was going to be getting a pass. And at the time I was still married to my ex-wife. And I called home and I was like, hey, I'd kind of like to see this movie. And she's like, oh, yes. Let's go see Twilight. That should have been red flag number 1. But it wasn't. So I get to the theater with her, and red flag number 2 should have been that 75% of that audience was women. But it still didn't click with me. I finally realized there was a problem when Pattinson comes on the screen for the first time, and every woman in that audience, including my ex-wife, all went, Edward. And when that happened, I was like, oh my goodness, what did I walk into here? I don't think I do think those movies get a bad rap. I didn't think it was that bad, but it's not exactly on my to-watch list. But I'm glad that she brought that up, and I'm glad you brought that up, Josh, because there's my point. The vampire's very culturally relevant.
It is. And for example, Lily, I'm going to put you on the spot here. Can you show us if you stop the video?
Oh, yeah.
There
you go.
There you go. See? It's just, you're not going to see someone like Frankenstein. It's always the vampire. And I'll say it's gotten, really big in the last 30 years. And so even when you're at Universal, they go through all the classic monsters, and Dracula is one of the first ones. So yeah, I agree with you, Bob. I was going back and forth, and after I heard you, I'm like, yeah, he's right.
All right. Okay, speaking of the Vampire Queen, front and center, like, who's the favorite? Be the best. Excuse me, the best ones.
Werewolves. Just kidding. Vampires, obviously. Yeah,
if
I'm
you
gonna have
didn't say
to.
vampires, I would have wondered,
Funny.
because with all the
Even
vampire
doing this
references
was-
that you make, Lily, I was like, it's gotta be vampire.
It's gotta be.
Yeah.
Love Swamp Thing. No.
Yeah, I love the creature from the Black Lagoon or whatever. We need to give swamp creatures a chance.
Yep. Give swamp creatures a chance.
But yeah, no, I have to agree with you guys. It has to be the vampire. I think it's one of the ones that you can do a lot with, and I think that has a lot to do with the way that you can change the way that they look, because like for example, werewolves, you have that thing where they have to transform, so they're not always in human form, so that takes you away with like what you can do with them kind of also. And then of course, like the Frankenstein creature, they're always going to be some form of deformed. So if you put them into like a modern day setting, that's kind of difficult to do because of the way that they look. But a vampire, you can do whatever the heck you want with them. You want to make them sparkly for teenage girls, they did that with Twilight. You want to make them super duper evil and creepy, John Carpenter's got you with vampires. You want to do something classic, Dracula. You want to go with Nosferatu. We just had Nosferatu last year with Robert Eggers. That was a beautiful movie, by the way, if you guys haven't seen it. But you can do anything that you want to do with them. You can take them back in time. You can put them in modern times. And yeah, you can put them in like a more like, I'm trying to think of, what is that movie called? The one with Ethan Hawke. you can put them in like a different kind of setting where it's not necessarily like your typical like, oh, vampire creature or whatever. What was it called? I don't remember, but it's like it's Ethan Hawke, and they're trying to find a cure for vampirism. And
I know which one you're talking
yeah,
about.
that
I
one.
can't remember the name of it.
So that one was like a more serious kind of tone, and you could just do so many things with vampires. I think it's just endless. And I think that's why they've been so culturally relevant for such a long time. And then, like Josh mentioned, it's just an easy costume too for Halloween. You always see somebody dressed up as a vampire. That's just easy. Because werewolves, I've seen a couple of people try that, but it's like more effort. You can do, actually, my nephew dressed up as Frankenstein this year. So he dressed up for Frankenstein, and his girlfriend actually did the bride. So so that was pretty cool.
That's cool.
So that one's not actually too difficult to do either, but I just think that whenever you think of like an easy classic costume that everyone's going to recognize, you're like, vampire. You just need the teeth and a cape and you're set. So yeah, it has to go to the vampires.
That's fair. I mean, I can't argue any of that. I mean, it's a unanimous decision overall here. And you're right too. I mean, the cool part about vampires is you really can do them they're really versatile. You can throw them all over the place because even when Bob showed that clip of Kate Beckinsale, what was that one called?
Oh, Underworld. Those are good movies too.
They are good movies. Yeah, they are. And she's not hard on the eyes at all, which makes that easy. But they're great movies. There was even that FX show that tried to take a stab at like doing vampire funny, which actually wasn't bad. It was pretty good.
Oh my gosh, what we do in the show.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
That movie was hilarious.
Yeah. It was very funny. And so you can take them any which direction you want. It's very true. Like when the first time I saw Twilight, I realized very quickly, well, that's not for me. But I also thought that thing's going to make cash money. That thing's going to print money. And sure enough, it did. Wouldn't you know it?
Yep.
So I totally get it. And I would agree with you. I guess I took maybe a different little twist on this, though, because I thought about the best movie, but I'm not sure it's the best movie because I think the monster's bigger than the movie. And my favorite I think the best monster is Godzilla.
Wow, that's a good pick.
Yeah.
No, that's good.
I doesn't think so, but I think it's the best monster. How famous is that? How famous is Godzilla? Just answer that for me.
In Japan, he's very famous.
Everybody knows who Godzilla is. Everybody.
Way out of the realm of the classic monster there.
It was his birthday last year.
Come on, are you surprised?
Like I said, I think vampire is probably, if you ask me like any other day of the week, I probably would say vampire. Because you're right,
Yeah.
Werewolves are too damn hard. Like that's every time they've tried to do it, I give them credit because they really do put their effort into it. Like what was the Benicio del Toro one, the Anthony Hopkins one, that Wolfman?
The Wolfman.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That was probably about as honest of a shot as you could make the werewolf. And even then, it was so like, nice try, but it's just too hard. And I think it still is too hard.
Right.
Like the most realistic one I saw was in Harry Potter 3. That looked like a werewolf when that guy.
Oh yeah, that was pretty cool looking.
But yeah, I think that. To me, Godzilla is the best monster because he's also the most famous. He is.
Oh, Godzilla.
By the way, if you put a vampire up against Godzilla, no. This is going to be a wrap pretty fast. They just grab you and just like, now you and I are going to sit here and wait for that sunlight to show up. How about that? And that would be the end of it. But yeah, I get vampire. I do. But I'm going to say Godzilla.
All right.
Godzilla.
Mm-hmm.
So it's random, but I wouldn't expect
He goes way outside the realm.
anything less than from Derek.
You did say classic movie monsters, and he
Yeah,
is
you
classic
that
movie
is
monster.
classic. I mean, yeah.
That's as classic as you can get.
Yeah, exactly.
Very true.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Well, technically, King Kong would have probably done that, but okay, I'm not going to go there.
All right.
Let's go. Okay, let's go with the best movie. Now this is where things start to get trickier. Okay, so Lily, you have to start us off this time.
Twilight.
I don't think I can pick a movie, but maybe some examples of some good movies featuring all of these creatures. So I would have to say, since Derek just mentioned that it's very difficult to do werewolves, I think probably my top werewolf movie is still An American Werewolf in London.
That's a good
That one is awesome. That transformation is amazing. Like every single time I watch it, even now, you're still sitting there going, how the heck did they do that? Because that looks so cool.
Who is
And
in
then
it?
I don't remember who the actors are, but like it's a great movie. So then I think this one's a little bit like not as good as that one, but when they did the newer version, An American Werewolf in Paris, that one was pretty cool too.
I actually liked that one.
That one was pretty good too. I'm still trying to think of any other werewolf movies that are pretty good. Yeah, see, it's just not a big genre that I don't know. I'm drawing a blank now after those. And then I guess I would say I've never really been a fan of the Frankenstein creature, and I was telling Bob this the other day, and I think it's because when I was little, the version with Robert De Niro came out, and he scared the heck out of me.
Oh yeah.
And I've never been into the Frankenstein creature. I've always kind of just seen the classic one, and that was it for me. So, and then I don't think we've really had any adaptations except for what was it? I Frankenstein, right?
I Frankenstein. I remember that.
That one was so freaking silly, but you know what? I thought it was a fun movie, so I actually like that movie. And then so I guess my favorite ones are all vampire movies, and of course you can't go wrong with Interview with the Vampire. That's probably if I had to pick one movie for me to watch for the rest of my life that's got these creatures in them, it's probably Interview with the Vampire.
That's a good one.
So Interview with the Vampire. I liked Queen of the Damned. That one was still good too. Obviously John Carpenter's Vampires also. That one was a pretty cool one too. But yeah, if I had to pick, I mean, I could go on and on and on. So I'm not going to, and I guess I will stick to Interview with the Vampire. That is such a cool movie, and I probably saw that when I was way too young, but my sister was in love with Brad Pitt. So I was in the room while she was watching it, and I was like, what's this?
So that's going to be your favorite also?
Yeah, that's probably it's Interview with the Vampire.
Okay.
Probably if I had to tie it, or maybe tied for second, is probably going to be Nosferatu and The New Frankenstein. So it would be Interview with the Vampire and then those two. Yeah.
Yeah, the Lestat is very an underrated Tom Cruise character.
Oh,
he's really good.
Yeah, he did so good. He's so good at
that end scene when they're driving on the Golden Gate Bridge. Shout out, and he's sitting there and he takes the tape and he's like, "Are you done with this? Do you know how long I've had to listen to that?"
Yes, it's so funny when he's like, "Oh, Louis, still whining, Louis."
Louis.
Yeah, I think that's why it's so hilarious, because Brad Pitt and Tom Cruise are their characters obviously they're like that in the book too. So it's just funny to see them on screen, because you're just like, dude, you're a freaking vampire. Why are you worried about So yeah, I can totally relate with Tom Cruise's Lestat. I was just like, oh my god, you guys are so annoying as vampires. Just enjoy it.
The FX show for Lestat doesn't look bad either. It actually looks pretty good. If you guys haven't seen the preview.
No. No. Somebody brought it up. I think somebody tagged me in that, and they were like, "Oh, hey, so are you watching this show?" And I'm like, "No, absolutely not." They did a lot of with the cast. I'm sorry. If you guys take a look at the cast and then you go and look at what they're supposed to look like or be like in the books, it's just not for me. Is all I'm gonna say. Like they had to check boxes. And then to me, the new Lestat just does not look like Lestat. He just doesn't feel like Lestat. The new Louis and the way they changed Louis and Claudia, first of all, no, it just doesn't work for this time period. Like they're trying to do something new for modern audiences, and it just doesn't work with the time period that she wrote these books in. And I hate the fact that they started making these TV shows after Anne Rice died, so that she had no say in what they're doing with her media now. So
Right.
And it's a shame that like her kids, I think it's her son, is the one that's in charge of like her estate. They don't care. They're gonna do it for the money. So I think it's a shame. So no, I will never watch.
Like I said, the new cat looks absolutely god awful. I won't pay a second attention to that. All right, let's move on. Okay, Josh, hit it.
I'm going to think outside the box on this one. For me, it's King Kong. Okay?
You think that's the best movie? And is it also your favorite?
But which King Kong?
One, I mean, I would say the one that came out, the Peter Jackson one.
Okay.
I
like the Peter Jackson movie.
That's a good one.
I really enjoyed it. I feel like King Kong, the way they depict him is that he's a misunderstood character, right? Because think about at the very end, what does Jack Black say? That love killed the monster, right?
No, she said it was beauty who killed the
Or
beast.
beauty that killed the beast. And just, you see this huge character on screen. And by the way, Peter Jackson did an amazing job with the CGI and the way that you actually felt for the character. Because at the beginning, you're like, oh my God, I do not, I don't trust this guy, this gorilla. And the way that he saved Naomi Watts' character, I thought was just, he felt that connection with her and she felt a connection with him. And so, yeah, as I was going through, I'm like, oh yeah, I really think based on my opinion, that was the best movie. Now, are we doing favorite movie?
Yeah, go ahead and give us your favorite.
My favorite, Teen Wolf. Come on.
All right.
I mean, how good is Teen Wolf? Come on. Michael J. Fox riding on the van, jamming. I don't know, Lily, if you've seen Teen Wolf, right?
Yeah.
Yes, it's different, but I enjoyed it. Come on.
Only in the 1980s can somebody wolf out in the middle of a basketball game and they finish the basketball game.
Yes, and they love him. Fans are cheering him. The section. It was so good. I know it's not the best, but I'm going to see.
Oh, see, that's a good movie.
That's a good movie, though.
Yeah,
great. Think about that.
That's a good movie.
That's great.
That's another blend of like comedy and yeah, that one was a good movie.
And here's the thing: we would have never gotten the series had we never gotten the movie. The movie is like a cult classic, and the series only took that character and just elevated it. The series is actually pretty good.
The series was bigger than the movie, right?
Oh yeah,
yeah, for sure.
It was, and like I said, the series actually elevated the character. So
Michael J. Fox was awesome, and it was funny, and was he in the sequel? No, right?
No. The father was, but no. It was who? Oh gosh, was it Jason Bateman?
Yes.
Jason Bateman was the
sequel.
He was the
right. I'm trying to remember the sequel.
The sequel, he goes to college, and he's like an academic, but he went on a sports scholarship.
Yes.
For boxing, and he could not understand why he was getting a sports scholarship, and it's because the dean of the college was hoping that he was a wolf too, so he could wolf out and they could win the boxing championship.
It didn't do as well at the box office.
Oh
right?
no, it wasn't.
No. Jason Bateman fully admits that it was terrible too.
Yeah, it was terrible.
So yeah, that's my things, my two favorites. All right, Bob.
All right,
take it away.
Okay, so first off, the best one, I really like Nosferatu. I think Nosferatu is probably the best monster movie that's out there. This new one, oh my gosh, it is a real callback to gothic horror and whatnot, and just the look and the feel of it. And oh my goodness, what's his name? Bill Skarsgård. Oh, he is creepy in that. He's one of those that is a real character actor. And you know, to look at the roles that he's taken on, Pennywise, Nosferatu, and all these other crazy roles that he takes on, he is fantastic in this role. And Nosferatu really is really Dracula. That's the story of Dracula. It's just it was an unofficial Dracula movie when it was first made, and so this is a remake of that. But it is really good. I mean, it was creepy, and it's just got this vibe to it that just drew me in. And like I said, it really brought back that old style of horror film and whatnot. So I really enjoyed that. And I think that that's the best because of the vision that is behind it and how it kind of returns to or takes the audience back to those roots of gothic horror. So that's why I think it's the best. Now, I am ashamed of you people because my favorite, how could you all not say The Mummy? The Mummy is fantastic. Brendan Fraser, Rachel Weisz, come on. That is clearly the right answer here. That is an amazing movie, especially we talked about it last week. I am so excited that we are getting another Mummy film with the two of them back. Those are great movies. Are they the best? No, but they are just a lot of fun. That is just good fun. And one of my other favorites, and this is I'll admit, this is not necessarily a good movie, but I like it, and that is Van Helsing. It's got
You've got everyone in there.
Vampire. You've got Frankenstein. You've got the werewolf. You've got them all. Even Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde shows up in that. So, and you've got Hugh Jackman playing Van Helsing.
I like that movie.
Is this hunter of these creatures and whatnot. So, and he won't take out Frankenstein because Frankenstein's not evil. He's like, evil may have created it, but he is not evil. And you've got Frankenstein quoting scripture, and you've got all this other stuff. It is fantastic. It is, it's everything that's crazy about a monster movie, and it's just a lot of fun. But the right answer is The Mummy. So. Derek, what you got?
Okay.
Here we go.
Give me first. I got a cold. Okay.
Derek's sick.
No, that's all right. Okay. The best monster movie. You guys have heard me talk about it before. It's Alien or Aliens, one of the two. It's one of the two movies. All right. No, look at that thing. Look at that thing. You telling me you're not scared of that?
It's so random.
Okay. That's one of the scariest movies I saw when I was a kid. Still to this day.
He's going way out.
I know, but that's not a classic movie monster, though.
That came classic. Thank you very much.
Oh, God.
That's not a classic movie monster. We gave you Godzilla because none of us thought of that. But I don't think the Alien we can give you.
Lily's getting mad. Lily is getting mad. He is furious at you, Derek.
What?
She's like, do the homework.
Do the homework.
You're gonna really hate my next answer.
Oh, okay. What's your favorite?
Oh my gosh.
You know what it is? It's probably the Smurfs, knowing you.
Oh, Josh.
Something random.
Stop.
I don't know, but those are monstrous. I mean,
yeah, they are. They're terrible. They're terrifying.
Yeah.
My favorite monster movie is Zombieland.
Okay, no, that's a good one.
No, that's a good movie.
Because that has the classic movie monster.
That has, and no one's mentioned zombies.
Fine.
So.
Yeah.
That is a good movie. I like Zombieland.
Yeah.
Good for you.
It basically took The Walking Dead as like, no, too serious. We need to make this funny. And it's brilliant. The way that rule number one, seatbelts. Yeah, those are probably all rules you would follow in a zombie apocalypse. I could buy that. Double tap. You always double tap. Make sure that thing's dead. And then limber up, sunscreen. Like those are good rules.
Cardio.
Yeah, cardio. Always do cardio.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Cardio.
Because I mean, that thing's going to be running after you. You better be faster than it. And
or be with somebody who's slower than you.
Or you could do that too.
There you go.
Yeah. And I love the cast of characters they have in it. Woody Harrelson is always near and dear to my heart. Even at the beginning of it, when he was like, "Here's the thing, Columbus. I get a sense that you're a bit of a bitch. Like, where else could you do a movie like with like two characters like that come together and be friends and go hunt zombies like for the whole thing?"
What I love is that he's just looking for a Twinkie the entire movie.
The entire movie, the whole time.
And his whole reason for that is because Twinkies have a shelf life. And you're going to have, he needs to have a Twinkie before, because there's never going to be another Twinkie made. So I got to have a Twinkie.
Ironically enough, though, when we're talking about zombie movies, one was on the other day, and I thought, dang, that was underrated, was Warm Bodies.
Warm Bodies is a good movie.
Yeah. Really good. Good. Yeah. Really? You never saw it, Josh? Shocking. Okay.
I saw Zombieland, though.
Shaun of the Dead is probably, if we're talking about comedy kind of movies. Yeah. Shaun of the Dead is really hilarious.
If you can make a good comedy out of something like that, it's talented. It takes talent to do that. So that's why it's my favorite. So yeah, maybe outside of the box there, but hey, at least I saw.
Hey, no, Zombieland works. That's in
the
Zombieland works.
I'll give you Zombieland.
Yeah, okay. No, that's perfect. That has the classic movie monster.
All right.
Okay. I did it.
That was good. That was good. Good topic.
You got off the path there, but you recovered so nicely. So
yeah.
Yes, thank you. But maybe I should just give up.
Forfeit! What's that mean?
Derek does. You hear the click and the.
No, I literally skimmed past it. I'm like, we haven't done that one in a while. So
yeah, no.
I still remember that was our trial run, right? Was Back to the Future?
Well, we talked Back to the Future for trial run, but that
yes, that clip was not the.
No, you did the impression of that clip. That was so funny.
All right. Well, okay. So let's take a break from movies. Lily, we're going to apologize as we always do here. Let's get back. All right, here we go again. It's time for week 10. So let's do what we need to do and go through the review.
So, Lily, last time you were on, Josh was throwing a big party, and before you came on, he was like, "Oh, everybody's going to be happy. Lily's going to be happy. Your parents are going to be happy. Everybody was going to be happy because he had finally beaten me and Derek.
You bunch of losers!"
However, things got back to normal last week, and Josh came in last place. And thankfully, though, that trend continued into week 10. So,
my God.
For those that are joining us, we do have a fantasy football league here on Dad's Turn to Talk. So we just recapping our scores real quick. There's only be a few minutes here, and then we'll actually get into our main topic of the night. But Josh, you went with Sam Darnold. 7.92 points. I thought he was going to do much better with the way they took off in that game.
I know.
So
horrible.
James Cook, real letdown, 11.7 points. Breece Hall, he was fine with 19.5. Shaheed, 3.3. Igbuka was really good, 26.5 points. Elijah Moore, 2.8 points. Dalton Kincaid, 5.7. Smith Njigba, he was great with 20.3 points. You went with the Vikings defense. Your final score was 98.72. Final verdict?
As I was trying to tell you, there are no bullets left in this gun, you see?
Is that me?
Look at that.
I really could be his son.
Good Lord, Josh, you look just like him. So let's go ahead and get into our second place real quick. Derek, you were second place. You had McCarthy at quarterback. He was fine with 16.72, especially with his price point at 4,900. So he did not hurt you at all with that score. Walker 8 points. Judkins was a real letdown, 10.5. But it wasn't because of a lack of opportunity. He did get a lot of carries. They just didn't get the yardage and the touchdowns that he needed. Amon-Ra St. Brown 16.8. Odunze was fine with 20.6. Slayton, 12.9. I thought that was an interesting pick. Dalton Schultz, 18.3 points. Great pick at tight end. James Cook, you also had him. Well, actually, all three of us did. 11.7 points. You went with the Browns defense, 5 points. Your final score was 120.52. Final verdict?
I challenge you to a duel. I accept.
So, yeah, Derek, didn't go very well for you. But
No.
now we are getting to our champ for the week.
Oh my
So,
God.
Drake, I went with Drake May at quarterback, 19.1 points.
Good Lord.
Achan, I went with him from the Dolphins. I'm surprised nobody else played him. 43.5 points. Rico Dowdle, 15.3. Juwan Jennings, he was great for me, 18.1. I also went with Egbuka, 26.5. Here's where I had a letdown because I had Drake May. I went with 2 of his pass catchers, but they didn't do it the way I'd hoped they would. 5.4 points for Douglas. Hunter Henry, 1.9. I also had James Cook in my flex, 11.7 points. I went with the Texans defense, and they got a sack with a fumble recovery and a touchdown all on the very last play of the game. Ended up finishing with 14 points. My final score was 155.5 points. Final verdict?
That's such a good scene of that
I
movie.
am surprised that has not showed up sooner to this.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
I'm surprised I haven't used it sooner. So
Yeah.
our leaderboard, goodness, Josh, you keep getting further and further back there with all that bragging you were doing. So I have 6 points, Josh 3, and Derek. My God, man,
What the heck is happening to Derek?
Jeez, man. Woo! This has been a rough season for you, but
I
but
thought
there's still.
Bob
What's
would
that?
have done better. I thought Shaheed would have done better with Seattle because it was
Give him some time. Let him get that chemistry. So, but let's go ahead. I think that it's been a fun season, and we're gonna have some fun finishing it out. So
No,
we still
it's
got a ways
not.
to go, but now
It's
looking
not been a
forward
fun
to.
season.
Yeah, fun's irrelevant.
It's been fun for me. I'm having a great time.
Let me explain something to you, Lily. When you beat Bobby at something, the very next time he makes sure that he beats you. And that's what's happening this year.
Oh, Josh, you're getting whipped because you're picking a bad team. That's that
I
simple.
wanted to go out on top.
Josh, you lost. You're losing.
Honestly,
There's still a lot of football to go, though. So
yeah. Honestly, if you're last, Josh, that's really what matters at all.
At this point, shut up, Derek. I think it would be great if you came back, Derek. Imagine if you came back and won it all.
hey, there are a lot of weeks to still go. So, all right.
All right. Well, all right, Lily. Again, we apologize. Why don't we move on to our topic of the evening? Here's the main event, folks.
So good.
That was
Heck
good.
yeah.
Bob. That
Your
was very,
spoilers
very
are
good.
good.
All right. Well, folks, if you've been living under a rock, then allow us to try to get you out of it, because Frankenstein came out last Friday on Netflix. It's one that we have been very much anticipating on this show. So we are glad that we are finally able to talk about it. It did get that limited release to theaters. I think both Bob and Lily, both of you checked that out in the theaters, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and I mean, I'm going to get into this, but boy, could this have used a theater release, because this was something.
Cool.
All right, go back to the guest first. Lily, kick us off here.
Hold on,
real quick before you do, let's go ahead and let's give our spoiler warning.
All right.
Shut up! Shut up! Shut up!
Arnold kind of sounds like Frankenstein.
What's kind of funny though is that you kind of can't spoil this movie because you had like 100 years to watch the first or read the book or something. but still.
But go Go ahead, please.
Yes. So I actually searched for the biggest screen that I could watch this on, and it happened to be the Alamo Draft House. And I actually even changed seats so that I could have a better view of it. Poor people at Alamo. I'm sorry, but thank you guys for letting us switch our seats. Because I'm those people. I was like, nope, this isn't perfect enough. I'm too far away. I need to move. You guys need to move me. So I made them move me after like 10 minutes. That is how much I was looking forward to seeing this movie.
Cool.
I literally had the website for the movie on my phone, and every single day I was refreshing to see when they were gonna have showings where I live. And finally the ones for the Alamo popped up, their biggest screen, and I was like, all right, let's do this. So that's how much I was looking forward to it. I was like, I need to see. It's not going to be enough watching this at home, and it's definitely not enough watching it at home. It's still in theaters, so I don't know what's going on with the camera. Great. No, it's like, nope.
There you go.
There we go. But yeah, it's still in theaters, and I think they've actually expanded how many theaters it's in because it's doing so well. So I highly suggest that if you have one near you, even if it's 45 minutes away, even if it's an hour away, and you can make the trip, take a little mini road trip. That's how good this movie is. That's how much I love this movie. Honestly, I didn't know what I was gonna expect at first because, like I've mentioned, the Frankenstein monster has never been something that's kind of caught my attention. But with Guillermo del Toro's name attached to this project, and I love all of his movies, he has an excellent just like Quentin Tarantino, you can go down all the movies that Guillermo del Toro has made, and there's a very few that you can say are bad movies. So as soon as I saw that he was the one that was going to be making this, I was like, all right, I'm on board. Let's do this. And of course, he loves his practical effects. He does not like to use CGI where he can't, where he doesn't want to. And you could tell with this movie that he used a lot of practical effects, especially all the sets with the labs and the makeup and all of those things. All practical. Like he's just amazing. We could have an entire live stream just on Guillermo del Toro. Like he's awesome. And then of course, Oscar Isaac is another really great actor. I really love him. Mia Goth, of course, is one of the Scream Queens. I love her. And I was excited to see Jacob Elordi too. He's done I've seen him on Euphoria, and he's never been somebody that I'm like, oh, okay, I'll go see everything that he's in. But I was definitely paying attention after he was in Saltburn. I know that was a weird movie for a lot of people, but I was like, okay, maybe he's not just pretty. After this movie, I'm a huge fan. I hope that this movie gets all the Oscars. I hope everybody wins an Oscar. Like, I hope that Jacob Elordi gets nominated for an Oscar, and I hope he wins because he did such an amazing job. Like, I don't even know where to start with this movie, guys. It's so good. Like, just I guess we'll start with the way that it looks. It's beautiful. It's Del Toro. The color, all of the colors have a meaning. Everything they're wearing, their costumes, everything is like huge symbolism. If you're paying attention, you'll kind of pick up on a lot of things too. Things that he focuses on as well. It's just a beautiful movie. If you didn't like it, you can at least admit that it's a beautiful looking movie. And then the acting for me is probably what got me the most. Like I said, Jacob, he did an amazing job. Like, first when you start, and it's broken down in like 3 sections. You get the prelude, you get Victor's story, and then you get the creature story. So during Victor's part, I am a medical professional, so for me, this is something that always hits me a little bit strongly because I always want to skate the line of, yes, push advancements as far as you can take them, but at the same time, is it moral? Is it ethical? Like, these are questions that you constantly have to ask yourself. I was not prepared. So there's a scene in the movie where Victor's giving like a demonstration of what he wants to do.
Oh God, yes.
I was
Oh my
not prepared for that because, like
The
I said,
scream.
as a medical professional, to me, that was so grotesque
Yeah.
because he's it's like somebody who used to be alive that he's just showing to a room full of people.
Yeah.
And to me, I've thought of all the countless times that when I used to be a nurse and all the people that used to expire on our shifts at the hospital and how we used to treat them with so much care, even though that person was gone. And then to see Victor just display somebody like that in front of an audience, to me, it hit me very hard and it was difficult to watch because I was like, oh my gosh, this is so like unethical. And it's like going against everything that we've been taught in medicine. But then at the same time, you're like, wait, but how did he do that? And how is that possible? So it's always like a constant battle of, yes, we need to make discoveries, but should we do it? And just like Jurassic Park, just because you can, sometimes doesn't mean that you should. So that's another lesson that you learn from this movie big time. So yeah, Victor's part was definitely like very curious, very piqued my interest, especially when he's building the creature. That's probably one of my favorite scenes. I know a lot of people probably think it's gross because there's body parts and blood and gore everywhere. But to me, seeing anatomy like that was pretty fascinating. I was like, wow, this is great. And I love the upbeat waltz that they're playing while he's building the creature because it looks disgusting and grotesque, but this waltz is basically like Victor's state of mind because he's so happy.
Yeah.
He's so happy, and it's like the music doesn't match what you're seeing, but if you think about it from Victor's perspective, that's what he's feeling. So that's where it makes sense. So I love that scene so much. And then probably my favorite part of the whole movie is the creature's tail. Like it just, oh my gosh, like it made me cry so much through this whole movie. Like I have like no tears left from how much I've cried over this movie. Like I said, Jacob Elordi did such a great job, and it wasn't just like his movements and the way that he was, portraying the creature, but it was his eyes. There's just like something about his eyes that he's like under all this makeup, but he can tell you so much just with his eyes, even before the creature started like actually speaking in sentences. And I think Oscar Isaac and Jacob Elordi did such a great job that I can't even watch that scene where Victor's angry and loses it on him and starts beating him. That is so hard for me to watch. Like I just can't. It hurts my heart. Like that whole scene where they're at the lab and Victor is so frustrated because he wants him to talk and he thinks that he made a mistake because he's not intelligent, but he's not thinking about it, that he's brand new to the world. You're basically his dad. You need to teach him things. Like obviously he's intelligent because he said your name. And there's just like little things that happen in the creature's tail that just like get me, because that part where Victor goes in to listen to his heartbeat, but the creature puts his arm around him because he's seeing him like his dad.
Yeah.
But if you look at that and you think about it from Victor's perspective, he doesn't care. He's just listening to the fact that he succeeded to the heartbeat. But to the creature, like that's his dad. He just wants like warmth, affection, and just to be loved. And that's what you see like throughout the whole thing. And that's why I'm a mess of sobs, because I'm
Real quick,
my gosh.
Real quick, Lily, I want to piggyback off of what you just said about how the creature is wanting love and warmth and affection. It's interesting because right before Victor goes in to listen to the heartbeat and the creature embraces him, Victor shows him the sun, warmth, brightness, and stuff that the creature would feel good about. And then all of a sudden Victor comes in to listen, and so the creature's thinking, oh, this is great, I got this warmth, I got this affection. And the very next scene, what does he do? He takes him down to the dungeon and locks him in chains.
Yeah.
And like he doesn't understand that. He doesn't understand anything that's happening to him.
Mentality.
He doesn't understand what he's doing wrong and why Victor's being so cruel. And that's why I love Mia Goth when she comes in too and she tells him, like, when she basically tells him, yeah, the only thing that he keeps repeating is your name because that's the only thing that matters to him right now. Like, that's his world. And it's just like, it just chokes me up, everything that happens. Like, when he meets the family and like the old man, and oh my god, like another scene that had me sobbing too is finally when he starts talking to the old man and like he's all sad, and then the old man's like, no, like we could be friends, and then like he takes his hand and pats his head and he says friend, and I'm like, oh my gosh, like I'm gonna lose it. And then of course you know what's gonna happen.
Right.
The old man dies.
Yeah.
And it's like he's so, but to me, I guess that's what it stayed, and that's what I like, this interpretation of Frankenstein versus, like, I guess if you've seen the 94 version, is that despite everything that's happened to him, like all of these negative things, like Victor being cruel to him and like the hunters trying to kill him and like the old man dying, like all of these tragedies have been happening to him, but he just keeps being kind and he just keeps being nice to people and he just wants love and companionship, and that's all that he's looking for. And I think that's what I love about the most, and I like the ending that's changed as well, that he gets to forgive Victor in the end before he dies. And like, oh my gosh, I'm gonna start crying. I'm gonna start crying if I keep going. Like, it's just good. It's a really good movie. I'm sorry, I've already been talking for like 20 hours.
No, it's great.
It's because it's a good. There's just so much to talk about this movie. But like, I'll shut up and I'll let you guys go, and I'll like before I take up the whole rest of the hour.
That's all right. We'll all have a lot to say about it. So
yeah,
Josh, your turn.
I want to ask you guys. I'm probably going to get busted from you guys about this. You're probably going to say it's a stupid question, but I'm going to ask it anyway.
Oh no!
The whole reason for him to create the monster, was it his infatuation about kind of bringing the death back?
I just personally, what I think, it's because when his mother died and the father was not able to save her, he had this this view of that he wanted to be able to conquer death, this desire, this obsession to be able to conquer that. And it's his obsession that rules him for that entire movie. And it's not until his own disappointment comes in, because he realized that in his mind, he didn't succeed because the creature wasn't what he expected. That he begins to feel regret, but it's an obsession with wanting to conquer death and master that. And in a way, he's playing God with that. And I love what the brother tells him: Victor, you're the monster.
Yeah.
So
it wasn't a stupid question. So I was right on that. Okay.
We had Walter drop in here. Hey, Walter.
Nice. So I really, really like this movie. For a shock for Bob, who didn't think I would.
I was shocked.
Couple of things. Number one, I thought it was visually stunning. Just like what Lily said, the snow, the way everybody looked, it was just amazing. The wolves, the what do you call it? The pirates or the seamen, the men, and just it all looked great. Number two, fantastic storytelling. Loved how they broke it up and they went to the past. They brought it back to the present. I really thought that was a great idea. And I don't remember the book. It was over 20 years ago. And so I really enjoyed what they did with this. I thought the chemistry between Oscar Isaac and what's his name? Jacob Elordi was fantastic. And it was very interesting with Elizabeth, how she came in. And, she had a infatuation with the monster. And you knew she was going to get killed. I mean, it was pretty obvious. I want to piggyback on what Lily said about the whole, God, the part that scared me when they're in the school or and the creature comes alive, the body comes alive, and starts screaming, because I went to chiropractic school. I dealt with cadavers, and so it definitely makes you think about ethics, and you deal with people who had died. And here is someone who is playing with death and basically trying to stimulate the nervous system and the lymphatic system, and really was just an interesting tell. I thought it was amazing because the monster, when he gets on the boat and you think that's it, and Oscar Isaac says, "Come after me, leave him alone." And then all of a sudden the monster becomes human a little bit and says, "Well, now it's time for me to tell my story." And then that's where you have the part 2 or chapter 2, however you want to phrase it. And, it starts with the, him in the flames, and then everything that he did. And he just wanted to be loved. That was a big thing, is he wanted to be loved, but how he looked. Now, I wasn't a huge fan on his look. I did like him with the long hair. I thought that was a better look than what, Bob?
We weren't a fan of his look. It looked great. It looked great.
He didn't look like Frankenstein.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Are you gonna be one of the people that said that he was too handsome of a Frankenstein?
No, not at all. It's still I still like the look with the.
You wanted to see the forehead with the bolts and all of that.
He
That's what
wanted Bruce.
Yeah, he wanted
that's
it.
what I thought it was going to be, but I'm okay with how they did it. I'm okay.
He wanted to see Herman Munster walk out there going.
Yeah. Was this Twilight Frankenstein for you, Josh?
It was. It very was.
Okay.
That is offensive, Josh.
No.
That is offensive.
But I still liked it. I liked it. I did not think, Bob was like, "Oh, I'm surprised you didn't think it was boring." It was not boring. It moved.
I'll be honest, Josh. Like I said, I thought you were going to find it too slow, but I'm glad you didn't. I really am glad that you didn't.
No,
I just
thought it was very
that you
good.
might.
No, I thought it was very well done, very well written. Again, it makes me want to see what Del Toro would have done with the Incredible Hulk, because he was supposed to write that TV series. And God, the strength of when he went up to the guy and broke his jaw and tore it off, and then broke the other guy's arm, and
the wolves.
The wolves.
Yeah.
Oh my
Skinned a wolf.
God. Good
Nothing
Lord. Jeez, some of it, yeah, it was intense. It was definitely intense, but I think it was very well done. Are they doing they're not going to do a sequel, right?
Oh,
I
no.
don't think so.
This is a one-off.
Yeah,
Because they kept talking about having someone with him. So I'm like, oh, are they introducing Bride of Frankenstein? But I know they're doing the other one.
It's because in the book, Frankenstein asks for a bride,
Right.
asks for a female like him.
Right.
And that's what he wanted. He wanted somebody that he could be with, because death didn't have this, didn't come to him the same way as anybody else. So he was going to be living alone. He wanted companionship.
Okay. And then I'm excited for the one with Christian Bale. I'm curious on Bride of Frankenstein when it comes out next year, what they do with that.
Like Bonnie and Clyde.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that one. I'm not too sure about that one. That might be a little too.
I'll see it just because it had Christian Bale.
Yeah, I want to see what Christian Bale does with it. That's like a different interpretation, but yeah.
Awesome.
And Christoph Waltz was phenomenal.
Oh my gosh, yes.
He's good at everything.
And Derek and I loved Inglourious Bastards. I mean, that's one of our top 5 movies. I mean, Christoph Waltz, he is so good.
One of the best acting performances ever is him in that movie.
Which one? In Inglourious Bastards?
Yeah.
Oh God, yeah.
Like, is him in any movie?
What's funny is he gives a great performance, in that role, and then plays something completely opposite in Django Unchained just a few minutes or a couple years later, and he was just as great in that. He's good in everything.
In everything he does, and I didn't know at first he was sick, until he obviously took off the wig and, had syphilis. And Oscar Isaac, bravo! What an amazing performance he did. I
hated him so much.
The way he snapped and the way he, chained up the monster, like Bob said, and saying, "Here is the sun, warmth," and then just like turned on him. And here was, you could probably say, this chaotic genius. That the Bride movie with Bill seems tone-wise all over the place. At least that's how I felt from the trailer. I'll check it out, but not expecting much. Okay. I don't know. Just like Bob said, Christian Bell, let's just see what happens.
For me, Walter, just real quick, Josh, to me, The Bride feels like it should have, that's what Joker 2 should have been. As far as them kind of going across everywhere, causing trouble and stuff like that. So that's kind of what I think that should have been. But that one's going to be interesting. We'll see how that one goes.
Yeah, definitely. And what else? Interesting how the father was just really on Oscar Isaac's character, on Victor's character from an early age, teaching him about medicine. And, in a way, the father helped to create the monster. And,
well, he did, because he created Victor.
Yes.
Victor's the monster.
Victor turns out to be the same level of monster as his father was.
Right. The pushing all the medical, talking about like the tricuspid valve in the heart chamber and him getting it wrong and taking, the belt and hitting him against the hand. And so.
No, he didn't actually hit his hands. Remember? Because those are the tools of a surgeon. Now your face is vanity. Wow.
That's right. Interesting how the mother, that he couldn't save his wife.
Wait, I have to ask this. Did you guys notice that Mia Goth played the mom?
Who?
No, I didn't catch that.
Mia Goth plays the mom.
Who is Mia?
So she was the mother too?
Yeah, she's the mom.
Oh my goodness, how did I miss that?
I missed that entirely.
Because they put eyebrows on her.
Is that what it was?
I've seen it twice now.
Yeah, Mia Goth played the mom.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Nope.
Okay. That's
Goth.
interesting. I like that.
The actress that plays Elizabeth plays Victor's mom.
How about that?
Wow. Okay.
All right.
Interesting.
Dang.
But yeah, what a great movie. I really enjoyed it. Dark, but interesting, visually stunning. He was a sad character, but really played the part well, and a little bit different. What was the main difference from the book? Because I don't remember the book.
There's quite a few. So,
with like Victor or
in general, I guess. Is there anything that stands out?
Like in the book, Elizabeth was actually Victor's significant other, not the brother's. The brother doesn't have as big of a role in the book. The ending is different. The creature is actually even more brutal in the book. The story where it tells the creature's story in the book is actually told from Victor's point of view, where he's like retelling the story that the creature told him. So there's some differences, but overall, I think it's fairly faithful.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I think if you want to see something that's closer to the book, that's the one that I was talking about, the Robert De Niro version.
Yeah.
The 1994. What's his name? Kenneth Branagh.
Kenneth
Branagh.
Yeah, Kenneth Branagh. Yeah. So that one is supposed to be a little bit more faithful adaptation to the book. So this one, like, I've been seeing a lot of people saying that they didn't like it because it wasn't faithful to the book, whatever. But then I was saying that this is Guillermo del Toro's interpretation, and that's why they didn't call it Mary Shelley's Frankenstein, and instead it's called Guillermo del Toro's Frankenstein, like unofficially. So that's why he kind of made his version of it. And actually, I kind of probably like his version better than the book, because like I said, yeah, the one with Robert De Niro, like, he scared me. I didn't like him in that movie. He was so like, he's supposed to be like all brutal and stuff. So he ends up killing Elizabeth, and that's how she becomes the Bride of Frankenstein, because he's like, well, I'm gonna take something from you, But now we have a corpse, so you can give her to me now. Yes. So.
All right.
So, yeah, that's what changed over here too. I'm kind of glad that they didn't do that with Mia Goth too, because that would have been kind of hard to like, all right, let's find another lab and let's rebuild this whole thing. So yeah, I'm kind of glad they didn't do that.
Okay. All right, Babo, go ahead.
So you all have already said a lot about this movie, and I mean, I could talk about the visuals again, which are absolutely stunning. I could talk about the acting performances, which are fantastic. Give these people all the Oscars. Set design, the production, the costumes, the makeup. He was in the makeup chair for 10 hours with this thing. So, and to do that daily, I mean, what dedication to the role. I thought his performance was fantastic. What I think is important to this tale and this version of it is that it catches the themes that are important for Frankenstein. You got to catch those themes of creation, those themes of isolation.
Right.
You have the themes of father and son and regret and all of this stuff, and the consequences of your actions. You know, what happens after you do something, because Victor is obsessed, and obsession is a theme here too. So he is so obsessed with doing this thing of reanimating dead tissue and somebody who's gone and bringing them back to life, that he has no thought about the aftermath of it. It's all about the action itself.
Right.
He is so obsessed with that in success that he has no thought about the aftermath of that. And that is where what happens is afterwards is where the tragedy of this story comes in, because of his actions and his treatment of the creature. And a lot of this goes back to the treatment that he received from his own father. And that's all he knows. And so he kind of transfers that onto the creature. Now, is that an excuse? No, it's not an excuse, but that's what he does. And he's so focused on the act that it's actually what creates the sense of isolation that the creature feels and the direction that the creature ends up going. And thankfully, the creature ends up having some moments of companionship with the older man, and he has kind of that connection with Elizabeth and whatnot. And so he gets a little bit of that, but not what he actually needed. He needed it from Victor. And those are the themes that I think that are important here to this particular story. And I think that it's excellent the way Del Toro has highlighted these themes and the way they come out in this retelling of Frankenstein. And I love the ending, that the two finally are able to have a true father-son relationship in which they actually refer to each other as father and son. And I think that that's so important, because it gives the story a little bit more hope than what the book does. And so I really enjoyed that aspect of it, that the two were able to get some closure, because I think that's important to those characters, and it really fleshes out their story throughout in the arc that they go on, because you see Victor go on this kind of almost a villain's tale, because he ends up becoming the villain. He ends up becoming the monster. He has regrets for what he does, and really he doesn't even give it a second thought. And it's only until he hears the pain that the creature went through that he realizes, gosh, I really screwed up here. Yeah. And he's able to have that moment of reconciliation with the creature. And I think that that's an absolutely beautiful scene. I really loved that. There's just so much to unpack with this version of this story. And I think that Del Toro has just absolutely hit a home run with this one. I think, is this a masterpiece? I don't know if I'd quite call it that, but yes. but I'm going in that direction. That's the thing, because I liked it just even more the second time I saw it, and then I watched the behind the scenes, and I began to appreciate it even more. The amount of detail that they put into making this, to like just to build the lab for it only to be in the film for just a few minutes. The detail that went into that, and the detail of the creation of the creature and everything. It was just so much that went into this. And you mentioned this, Lily, the use of color, the costume designs, and everything. There's just so much here. I think that this is an absolute home run. I really enjoyed this film. And again, it's the themes to me that really spoke to me. And I think that that's the most important thing of this story. And Del Toro just absolutely nailed them here. I really enjoyed this version of this movie and this story. I can't wait to watch this again. I really liked this. I'm looking forward to seeing more about this. And we saw that message earlier about the bride. I don't even think that's going to get close to this. I'm curious to see it. I think it'll be fun, but I don't think it's going to even touch this. This is something absolutely incredible. It's like I said, it's a home run.
How about the use of archetypes in this movie?
Well, yeah, I mean, there's all of that stuff there. I mean, but you expect that because it's in the book, and I think that again, he just absolutely hit a home run with this one. He had a very clear vision, and we already know he's a visionary director, and his vision really came through on this one. And you pointed out, Lily, that this is Guillermo del Toro's Frankenstein. The best way I can kind of describe this is that this is almost like Peter Jackson with the Lord of the Rings, in that he's capturing the spirit of this. And I think it's a pretty faithful adaptation, but there's enough changes to where it is his vision, kind of like what Peter Jackson did, in which he made some changes, but it's his vision and interpretation of that, of Tolkien's work. And he was faithful to the spirit of that. And I think that Del Toro was faithful to the spirit of this. Fantastic movie. I loved it.
And he's been working on this for 30 years. That's
yes, he's wanted to make this movie.
Like he wanted to make this movie for the last 30 years. And I think that they didn't want to release it because they didn't think there would be like any like nobody would want to go watch it. But I think Nosferatu definitely proved everybody wrong, is that there is an audience for these types of movies, and like gothic horror and gothic romances are actually a lot of movies that people want to go see. Because the thing is that he made Crimson Peak, and I think a lot of the studios are probably lost faith in letting him make these types of movies because they think that no one would see it. But the thing that happened with Crimson Peak is that they marketed it as a horror, gothic horror, and it actually isn't. It's a gothic romance. So when people went to go watch it for the ghost story, which of course it is too, but they were expecting like horror and jump scares and all kinds of crazy horror stuff, and it didn't happen. So word of mouth, I think, killed this movie. And Guillermo del Toro has said this himself, that he had no control over the way it was marketed, and that's why it didn't make any money. And I think that's why people thought that these types of movies are something that the audience didn't want to go see. But clearly, if you market it correctly to your audience, there is an audience for it. And these types of movies, I think, are gonna hit. Like Robert Eggers is coming up with Werewolf, so that we're getting his interpretation of a werewolf story. I'm pretty sure Guillermo del Toro is probably already working on his next project. So there is an audience for this. So I'm so happy because like these movies look so beautiful. Like they're putting all the thought into the costumes, the sets, all of it is just so beautiful. So I'm happy. I'm so happy that these two directors are bringing the gothic genre back. sorry, Derek.
No, you do not have to apologize. Because honestly, there's not much I'm going to be able to say here other than what you guys already did. Look, if this isn't a masterpiece, it's dang near close to it.
Yeah.
Because I don't know how much better you could really do.
No.
Mr. Del Toro has a way to get down to detail unlike anybody I've ever seen. I'm talking down to wrinkles on a face. That's how magnified he gets with that. Every little thing matters to him. And because it matters to him so much, that's what resonates through the camera more than anything. And that's why the visuals are so beautiful, because he takes everything into account. And I mean down to like buttons on a suit, like that kind of thing.
Oh yeah.
He honestly, this film, this clocked in about what, 2.5 hours, give or take?
Yeah, it was 2 hours, 29 minutes.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. This could have been 3 films. This could have been this could have been 3 different movies.
Yes,
They all would have looked different. They all would have felt different. And I was thinking that, like, while I was watching, like, because when Victor doesn't treat the monster like nicely at all, I was like, yeah, but they didn't like, that should have been explained more. Like, you turned into the asshole your dad was.
Yeah, right away too, Derek.
Yeah.
Right away,
like immediately.
Like it was like he was resentful.
Yeah, he hated them. He hated what he had created, but it's like he didn't have an idea about what it was going to look like once he got to the other side of it. He just wanted to take the victory and forget about it after that.
Right.
Yeah.
Then he looked at like what he created as a burden. Like, what an asshole.
Yeah, well, he expected it to be walking and talking and
as smart as
ping
him.
pong and doing
as
everything. And
Yeah.
no, that's not what he got. He got
No.
a baby. That's
Yeah.
what he got.
He got the baby, and that's how he needed to look at it, and never did. And
Yeah.
the fact that he sets the whole place ablaze with the creature in it, that is a level of a-hole that I didn't think many people were possible of. Not that a lot of people are, but like, my point being, wow. And by the end of it, that was right here when Victor and the creature share that scene together, because he finally is able to say, like, I am filled with so much regret. Like, I am so sorry. And you could tell the monster he was about to lose it, because that was all he wanted to hear, like, the whole time.
Yeah.
And then, to your point, Lily, about the eyes, this is how you notice that Frankenstein's a different monster than all the others. When he walked out, and the captain's, everybody put your guns down. And they all do. When he walks out and he looks at all of them, that is not the face of a monster. That is a face of a creature that wants to be loved.
Yeah.
And when he walks in,
Kragan.
and then when he gets off the boat, he just looks at him and just pushes the boat, like, you get on out. Like, that's it.
Beautifully done.
Yeah.
And then just like, to your point about the monster, did you guys also notice, like, because Derek brought this up, that the level of detail that Del Toro put into this, if you guys notice, every single time that the monster is actually being a monster, they focus on his left eye. That it like glows, because the way that Del Toro described it is that that's actually not a human eye. That I think Victor had put in like an animal eye. So that's why that's like his beast side. So whenever he's in a rage, they focus on his left eye.
Yeah, that was good. So good. Again, the attention to detail. And then he got the camera shots to show that too. It's brilliant. Mm-hmm. It leaves you, like, just emotionally spent by the end of it. Like, you get done with that movie and you're like, God, like, you're exhausted, emotionally exhausted, but in the best way too. It's not bad at all. It's like, I cannot believe what I just watched and how magnificent that was.
Right.
So if anybody is looking for what is probably going to be the movie of this year, I don't think you have to look any farther.
Yeah. I think this is my movie of the year too.
I think this takes the cake. And Bob, now, to be fair, Bob, I didn't see F1. I didn't want to. But I will, and then I'll make the comparison, and we'll see if that one holds up.
Totally different types of movies. I need to rewatch F1 because I already rewatched Frankenstein. But, like, right now, I'm not sure which one I enjoyed more, but they're very, very close as being my favorite movies of the year. Those two, to me, are the best movies that I've seen this year. And I've seen so many stinkers and
you've
again, totally different types of movies. Like, I think this is probably the best made film of the year. And the F1 is something completely different. So I don't want to even compare the two. Those just happen to be my favorite movies of the year.
I got you. And they are two different films, like entirely. So
we appreciate that because we are definitely not professionals over here. So.
No, whatsoever. No, not at all. Wrong place to be looking at for that with me. It really is. It's a really touching film by the end of it, and it's really something that everybody should see. It's gonna take you through a roller coaster of emotion. Like, be ready, because there is a lot that happens here, but it is all worth it. It's all worth it. It's like you said, Lily, like, I'm sure there's like probably 8 different places in this film where people just started bawling.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
It has that emotional capability to it. It's really, really amazing.
Yeah. Oh, man.
I can't say enough about it, man.
Awesome movie.
Mr. Del Toro, you made it. You made a beauty. You really, really did. And I can't wait. I cannot wait to see what you do next, because, like Quentin Tarantino, I don't think I've seen a bad one. Yeah, you name it. I can't think of one. So I can't wait to see what his mind comes up with next. He's great.
Yeah, he's amazing.
Thank you for this.
I think there was news that he wanted to tackle the Phantom of the Opera next.
Yeah, I kind of heard that too. That'd be interesting.
Yeah,
he'd be perfect for it.
I'm a diehard Phantom of the Opera fan, so I would be
as much as Frankenstein, though, Josh.
Oh yeah, diehard Frankenstein.
Okay, see, the story behind that, Lily, is that when we saw the first trailer for Frankenstein, Josh, after he saw the trailer, he was like, "Oh, I'm a big Frankenstein fan," and I just stopped. I was like, "When have you been a big Frankenstein fan? I've never heard you talk about Frankenstein in your life."
Oh yes, many times when we used to go driving in the car somewhere, I'd be like, "They really need to make a new Frankenstein movie." You'd be like, "Oh yeah.
Liar!
Which one was that, Derek or Bob?
Well, that was me. I had to do that one. So,
well,
you won't need to.
Yeah.
It's so. If he does Phantom of the Opera, though, it's going to be hard to top this one, though. That's going to take a lot of creativity. Now, he hasn't done has he ever done a musical before? That could be where he.
I don't. Oh, well, I don't think it counts as a musical, but it has a musical number in it. Is The Shape of Water. So he has some musical numbers in there, but it's not a musical.
Yeah, I don't.
But that proves he could make a musical, I think.
So that's no. If he that's a great point. So if he's set up the chops where it looks like he can. Like, I don't think he's going to take that on and fail. Like, he's way too good. So if he does that, he'll shoot for masterpiece on that too. I have no doubt.
Well, his since Bob was bringing up like great stories about how this is like father son. So the new Pinocchio that he actually made too is a really, really good one. If people want to see another story like that, I went into it like, what could you possibly do with a Pinocchio movie? Like, really? And then I came out of that one devastated and like bawling my eyes out too.
Mr. Del Toro again with "Hold My Beer." Watch this.
Yeah, I came out of this movie so like embarrassed because I had been crying so much through the whole thing that I was like, nobody look at me right now. My eyes are like this right now.
So, and to go back to the limited release thing, the closest theater around here was about 13 miles away, which shocked me because I'm like, there's like 6 theaters like in between here and there. Like, they couldn't find one. And I was just like, nah, I guess I'll just wait. And that was a bad idea. That was a terrible idea. I should not have done that.
Yes,
I should have made the drive. Shut up.
Yeah, especially when I went clear across town. That was like 30 minutes away.
Oh yeah, that's no traffic in LA. Let me tell you.
Yeah.
So what?
Be dedicated,
I can
Josh.
kind of guess, but like, have they really or Bob? Maybe you know. I don't know if you guys know. Why did Netflix not decide to release this in theaters? I don't understand, because to me it doesn't make any sense. Like, okay, I guess it does, that they want people to subscribe to Netflix to watch it, but to me that makes no sense, because when you go to the movie theater and let's say you're a family or your friends want to get together and there's 5 of you pay a ticket versus one person buying for a subscription service, and then your whole family, your friends, everyone can come over and have like a movie night. Wouldn't Netflix make more of a profit if they had given him the money to make it, put it in theaters, and then they get a profit out of that, but then they put it on the streaming service as well?
Okay, I have a theory. I think this is a trial run for them. I think they did this to see how many people would actually go for it, just in a limited capacity. So they didn't want to go full enchilada with it. They just wanted to see what kind of, they wanted to test waters. I think that's what this first one was. So this is my idea. This is what I've been saying the whole time. Is that Netflix should take their stuff, put it out there. Even if it's a show, put it out there. Like, just give it a shot. See if people would go see it. Because if it's that good of a movie, people will. And so if they were able to do that and be successful at it, I think you're going to start seeing more of this. Where if there's like a strictly a streaming service movie, they're going to be like, okay, we think this has got a real shot in theaters for like whatever it is. Call it like 3 weeks, right? And then after 3 weeks, it's on streaming only. We're going to give you one little window, and that's going to be it. But you would release it for 3 weeks straight, and it would be a mass theater distribution. It would be a theater-wide distribution. It would not be limited, or it shouldn't be.
And see, I get what you're saying, and that makes sense to me, but I feel like this was the wrong movie to do it with because of the absolute detail and type of artist that Guillermo del Toro is. I feel like they wasted this movie by not making it available to everybody because there's so many people who are upset watching it at home. It's just not the same at home.
So I think
this is a theater movie.
No, I agree. What I think they should have done was taken one of their really popular series, like a Stranger Things as an example, and put like the season finale in like a Netflix, like in a movie theater capacity to test to see if people would actually go to the theater to see it.
Which Netflix. They're going to do. So
which they're gonna do. But Lily, to your point, this was not the movie to test that with because it's too impactful. Like it's too much. There's so much good about this. Like you can't just say, "Oh, we'll make this one the trial run." Like no. If anything, this was the one where you were ready to say, "We're ready to pull trigger. We'll go all across all theaters with this."
See, the thing though is, I think they should have just pulled the trigger because we've had a couple of streaming films show up. Now, some of them were back during the pandemic and stuff like that. Like, for example, what was that movie with Ryan Reynolds and The Rock? Was it Red Notice? That one got like a small theatrical release.
Oh, yeah.
There's been a couple here and there. And then coming up is the new Knives Out movie is going to get a theatrical release.
That's right.
So I think with this one, they should have just pulled the trigger. And they should have just said, you know what? Let's give it a month. Let's give it a month out there. And what they should have done is released it like when they did, right around Halloween time. And then let it run all the way through November, and then right after Thanksgiving, release it. Release it back to Netflix at that point because you're going to have all those holiday movies coming out anyway. You know, you got Wicked coming out around that time. Yeah. You've got, what's the next Avatar movie coming out, and you got all these coming out during that holiday time. So I think that since there weren't a whole lot of Halloween movies to begin with, give Frankenstein its full month out there. You probably could have even released it at the beginning of October or maybe like mid-October and let it run all the way through mid-November, right before Wicked comes out, and you give it a full month release in theaters, and then bam, you pull it at that point. Because again, you got Wicked coming out, you got Zootopia 2 coming out. All of those are coming out late November. So that would have been the perfect time to pull it at that point.
But like a wide release, though, not just a
wide
couple
release,
of theaters, because
not just a handful of theaters.
Yeah, not just a handful. Or they should have had like a plan that, okay, you know what, people are actually going to watch this in theaters. Maybe release like we're now in stage 2, so now we're gonna put it in these theaters. And you know what, people are showing up to that one. You know what, stage 3, release it like nationwide. Like we need to put it nationwide. And this is really, really frustrating to me because I've been seeing like there's only so much that you can kind of like do to get like word of mouth out there. And what's frustrating to me is that I keep seeing like on Twitter a whole lot of people that are like, I don't have one near me. I don't have a theater near me. I'm not able to go. I'm not able to travel the 1 hour to go watch it. Like, this looks fantastic. I want to watch it. And then what frustrates me even more too is that Guillermo del Toro all over his Twitter account too. He's like, this is still in theater, guys. Go watch it in theaters. I know that it's on Netflix, but like, go watch it in theaters, please. And that like breaks my heart because like we've been talking, this is something that he's wanted to make for 30 years, and I feel like he just made the deal with Netflix because no one else would have fronted the money for him to make it the way that he wanted. But no, like, it just breaks my heart that not enough people are going to see it the way that he intended for it to be seen. And this is so annoying to me. Like, it's breaking my heart. So I don't know if maybe they'll try to do what they did with K-pop Demon Hunters, that they released it in theater for a little bit. It was on Netflix, but then they saw that people were really, really into it. And then I guess now they're putting it back in theaters again, right, for like another run or something. Yeah. So maybe they'll put it, maybe they'll have like a wider release for it. Because like,
this needed some IMAX screenings.
Yes, and it pisses me off that we have IMAX here and we're not getting it in IMAX. I'm like, what happened? Like, I don't think everybody's gonna run out to watch Predator Badlands. So,
like, where the theater where I went to see it at, they have an IMAX screen there, and instead it was shown on a very small screen, and there was nothing really showing that was brand new. I mean, Predator hadn't released yet, and next week you've got, or later, not even next week, this week, you got The Running Man and Now You See Me, Now You Don't coming out. So yeah, this could have gotten an IMAX release, especially during that Halloween time. Again, when there wasn't really a whole lot out. The only thing that really I expected to get an IMAX release during that time was Tron Ares, just because of the scope of it. But nothing else during the month of October even came close to warranting that type of release. This did.
Yeah, it did. And that pissed me off too, because I was looking for the showtimes also. And like I said, I was looking for something on the biggest screen ever. And the only one that had it was Alamo Draft House, but we had to pay like a lot for the tickets. I was like, oh my gosh, this is really expensive, because I usually go to the Cinemarks.
Yeah,
I don't really go to Alamo, but this one was the only one that was showing it in their big giant screen. So I was like, you know what? Screw it. It's going to be worth it. I'm going to pay whatever just to watch this. And it was so worth it, but it's a shame. It's a shame that a lot of people aren't getting to watch this.
Yeah, it is, because this movie is amazing and it deserved a wider release. But you know what? At least people seem to be enjoying this thing. Where is it? Hold on.
But it's also even sad though, because I was reading also that maybe they didn't even have those intentions, Derek. Like, you're giving them way too much of credit for saying that maybe this was a trial run, because from what I understand is that they needed to put this movie into theaters for a certain time for them to actually be Oscar contenders. So that's why they released it in theaters for a while. But I don't know. I don't know what the real story is. That's why I was like, I don't know if one of you guys has read it, or like if you know. But that's what I've heard.
So my understanding is it got the release because of the backlash that fans wanted to see it. But I'm sure it probably has a lot to do with what you said, that they wanted it to get some Oscar contention. So even though people aren't getting to see it on the big screen, they are saying that this movie debuted with 29.1 million views in its first week. And that's pretty crazy. I think they said that that's like the number 3 movie of the year. I'm surprised it's not the number 1, but 29.1 million views. That's awesome. 73.6 million hours viewed during that time. So yeah, people are eating this up.
Like 10 million of those are just me.
and Walter, I'm glad you brought that up, because we actually were talking about that earlier, that Nosferatu really showed that there's an audience for this. So yeah, this needed a much wider release, and it's too bad that it didn't get it. It's great that people are digging this, and hopefully Netflix and other streaming services in the future won't be afraid to give their streaming movies that theatrical release. Just pull the trigger on it, because there's so much garbage that comes out nowadays that, you know what, when you have something like this, take a shot on it, especially when we've already talked about how an audience is looking for something original. Yeah, okay, is not necessarily original, but it's not exactly a true reboot or remake either. This is something different. It's a unique vision of this. It's okay to get a different adaptation of this.
Oh, and for the one guy who put a heinous review for this film.
Oh yeah, let's look at what Criticless says
Yeah,
on this real quick.
I'm sorry. I'm like a petty
Yeah.
Betty. I was putting like downvoting everybody who didn't give it a really good score. I was like, you know what? You deserve it. I don't even care. Unlike.
You have earned.
All right, let me share my screen here real quick, and that way we can see where it's sitting at over on Criticless. So, okay, so right now with 83 votes, it's sitting at a 78%.
Yeah,
I know it was it was lower earlier, so it's actually come up on the percentage.
And you know what? It's kind of like going up and down, because when I last saw it, it was at 85%. So
Okay.
I don't know what's going on with the audiences, but yeah, a lot of these people I think have like really stupid reasons why they aren't liking it. Like I saw somebody, if they happen to ever watch this is somebody that I actually do follow, that they follow me. Their reason for giving it like a 60 something was because of the physics.
Are you talking about I Miss Movies? Or
Yes,
Miss Good Movies?
that there was
the reason why I asked that is because I Miss Good Movies. When I posted that we were going to be doing the stream on there, he even asked, "Is Lily still mad at me?"
Yes, because
And I said,
his whole reason was because the physics didn't make sense of how he could possibly be strong enough to push that ship. And I was like, bro, I'm a medical I'm a medical professional, and it's a story about a man reanimating a corpse. And I am able to turn off my brain to that part of that movie. And you, as a physicist or whatever the heck you studied, should be able to turn off your brain for that part too. Like, I downvoted him, and I left like a really big, long, angry comment.
That's okay. I Miss Good Movies. You were still in our stream last week, and so we still love you. But it's okay to be wrong.
Yeah, I was like, what? Like,
Yeah.
I had like
That's
a whole
crazy.
rage blackout episode.
What did Blaine give us? Probably.
I don't know if Blaine's posted his yet or not, because he said that he
No.
still needed to watch it.
I mean, he didn't like Jaws or anything. Love you, Blaine.
Let me see. I don't think he's posted it yet. But you're seeing a lot of most excellent.
Downvote them, Bob. Downvote them.
Here's what about bogus? No, not heinous. Oh my goodness.
Downvote them. Downvote them.
Most excellent. So yeah, there have been some the reviews are kind of there's several all around, but it seems that I think this is probably going to settle in that rad area. Hopefully it'll bump up to the most excellent, because I do think that this is an excellent film.
Yeah.
I think I hate to say it this way, but the kind of audience that's on Criticless, like, sorry if you watch this too, Blaine. Not trying to say anything
I'll let you say it. I'm not saying
your app, but I've noticed that not a lot of literature and like that kind of people that read are people that
I
read.
think I know what you're saying. The people who would just watch the movie but not read the book as well.
No. Who would actually be interested in something like this, because it is kind of like a literature-y type of movie that you kind of have to be that kind of person. Like, because if you look at Twitter's going crazy over this movie versus like Criticless. That's why you have to see like that your audience isn't matching the like what's happening on other social medias, because if you go on Rotten Tomatoes, guaranteed those scores are much better than they are on Criticless. And that's kind of a weird, because there's a lot of people that are gathered on Rotten Tomatoes who necessarily are not the same type of people who are on Criticless. If you're like getting what I'm trying to say there with that.
I do think it. Yeah, I do think it's a different review audience.
I'm not saying it, but I get what you're saying.
Yeah,
I get what you're saying, and I think that's why. I think at times some of the scores on some of the review sites are tough. I do think that the Criticless score right here, I think the 78%, I do think that's going to probably bump up as more people see it, because right now it's right there. And the fact that it's sitting at 78%, is telling me that people are liking this. So
It should
yeah,
be a whole lot higher though.
and then you mentioned the
Not
Rotten Tomatoes score. I'm just curious what it's sitting at with the audience
let's
score.
take a look.
Let me see real quick. I'm just curious. So right now, and let's see how many ratings there are here. Okay, so with 2,500 ratings, it's sitting at over or at a 90%, and that's with the all audience score. If you look at the verified score, it's at 95%. Critics have it at an 86%. Top critics at an 80 or at an 80%. So yeah, I mean, overall, I mean, even when you look at Critic List, you look at some of the other sites out there. You look at Rotten Tomatoes, everything. I think this movie's generally well liked. I think this is again, I think he hit a home run with this one.
But I don't think it's like heinous. I think those people.
Oh
are
no,
lying.
no. This is not a heinous.
I'm like, I think
I mean, there's some
you see what I
people
mean? Yeah, you see what I mean? There's some people that are putting up their reviews. It's like, oh, it was really boring, and it's like, okay, but that's not a review. Like, why are you?
Like if you were to just the amount of work and detail and everything that went into this is not a heinous.
No,
So-
it's really not. So I think people are not rating things correctly sometimes on Critic List, because I will give a movie points for at least looking good. I'll be like, all right, you know what? The story sucked. I didn't like it, but you know what? They tried and they filmed it in a way that was pretty cool. So I will give them a couple of points for that, or the acting or something. But like just to give it a heinous and be like, it was boring.
Yeah, no, this is not a heinous. Oh gosh, that's an abomination score. I'll go back and downvote that later.
The people who are doing that have no soul. Okay, they have no compassion or empathy whatsoever in their lives. So those people, you need to get on, expand, and just grow as and mature as an adult, please. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
With that, there's nothing more.
But real quick, I won't say anything bad about the Criticals community just because you guys bumped me up over 1,000 subs. And no, so you guys have always been good to me too. So I'm
oh my gosh, Bob is like, I do not agree with Lily.
I'm gonna pull a Zack Snyder here. I am not affiliated.
Yep. So look, you were only saying that.
The reason why, Josh, I say that I'm pulling a Zack Snyder is because Zack Snyder was on a stream several years ago, right before the Snyder Cut came out, that pretty much the Geeks and Gamers crew pretty much put together. I mean, it wasn't necessarily on one of their channels, but it was on Uche's channel, right? And and he was part of that group. And he came out saying, well, I'm not associated with Geeks and Gamers and whatnot, because Geeks and Gamers is known for having very based views with a lot of theirs. And so he took that stance, and a lot of people were like, oh.
Weird. Yeah, that was like the very first thing he said.
Yeah. But
yeah. So Bob's like, don't downvote me, don't like unsubscribe. I do not agree with what Lily said. Don't worry, I will say it. Those are my views. That's just what I've noticed from being on Critic List and the type of reviews that I've read. There's a lot of stuff.
To be fair, but you're only talking about the people that gave a heinous review to Frankenstein.
Only those people.
Just that.
You guys
right?
need
But if you would like to contact Lily, she can be located at 300 Mirrors on X.
Well, trust me, they're gonna go say something. So
Dad's Turn to Talk is not affiliated with Lily, and at 300 Mirrors.
Oh no, we are proud to be affiliated.
We're very
we love
you. That. We're done. Very good.
Great movie.
Right. Great.
All right.
Fantastic.
Cool.
All right. What do you say we wrap it up? We've been on here a while, folks.
Yeah.
All right. Allow me.
How good is that? How good is that?
You know.
Oh my gosh, that's hilarious.
We're getting awfully deep and emotional with our critiques this evening. The Frankenstein was an emotional movie. Is an emotional movie, which again, for the heinous critical people, shame on you. But then it gets you thinking, about stuff that you miss, that you always had a very soft spot in your heart for. And I don't know about you folks, but I came up with a couple of those. A lot of them I'll share later on, but I'll give you one tonight. I don't know about you guys, but I miss a record store. I miss a record store big time.
Yes.
There were times when that was where you would always look to go every couple of weeks. I'm talking about a good old-fashioned Tower Records. Come on.
Yep.
Don't act like you don't know what I'm talking about.
FYI
You know exactly
or FYE.
FYE. You also, like, there was actually a Virgin Mega store out here at one point, and that was the best music store I've ever seen in my life. It was awesome.
Bob, remember Camelot?
Mm-hmm.
There were times where you wanted to go down and listen to, samples of your records there.
Yeah.
Maybe I want to go listen to just a couple of clips from the new Taylor Swift album. Wait, what? No, that's not what I said. But at the same time, those are no longer. Now you got to sit here and look at this thing. That's how you get your music now.
Yeah.
But it's a shame. There's no social element with that. Damn it. That was where you and your friends went. Thank you. Thank you, Faith, Family, and Fun. That was a place where you, like, when an album came out, man, there was, like, serious excitement about it. And now that flavor is kind of gone unless it's a really big name. And I don't know about you, but I, for one, find that offensive. Like, that was the place where you could really feel very good about the CDs that you were about to buy. And if you really played your cards right, you may even get a date out of it if you're that hip, which I did once. Thank you very much. So it's too bad that those are now long gone, but not forgotten. And I hope they somehow make a comeback one of these days. I don't know how the hell it's going to happen. It'll probably be like the limited release of Frankenstein where they just set up like one or two and see how well they do. The closest one to me will be like an hour away. But I at least hope they try.
I loved how you had the music. You could put the headphones on. Then they had the posters.
Yes.
Shirts. That was a good thing.
The biggest one, it's actually still around. The biggest one we have is still in San Francisco. It's called Amoeba. They have a whole section of just concert posters that you can buy.
So good.
Nice.
It's pretty awesome. Cool. Yeah. All right. I miss it. Well, with that, folks, I think it's time to call it a night. Lily, I want to thank you again for coming on. Always a pleasure. Dear friend.
Thank you guys for having me. Yay! It was so much fun.
You,
Sorry I love you guys too. You guys let me talk for like hours and hours, and then you let me talk about Austin Butler. We talk about all these crazy things.
Yeah,
we love having you on here. So
yeah, of course.
I love it.
All right.
You guys. Thank you.
Okay, Bob, Josh. Well, actually, yeah, let's do the round of social media. Lily, please let us know where you are.
If you want to yell at me for anything that I said today, I am on Twitter or X at 300 Mirrors. So you're just gonna have to get a ticket because there's 5 million other people yelling at me about something or another every single day. Currently, everybody's yelling at me about Predator Badlands.
Oh.
It's nice to meet you too. So yeah, get in line, leave me a comment. You can find me on Criticlist as well. And if you wanna also downvote me, do it. It's good for the algorithm. So thank you.
Fair enough.
And also speaking of Criticlist, Mondays, also you want to tune into the Monday Hangover. So we actually do reviews of older movies too, which the audience picks. And of course we have Blaine on there as a panelist as well. So Blaine's probably, if he sees this, I'm going to get yelled at next Monday probably. So you guys might want to tune in for the drama there. But yeah, that's about it. I'm mostly active on Twitter. So if you're going to go yell at me over there, yell at me over there.
No, if anything, I'll probably sign up for you when it comes to Predator Badlands because I've heard nothing but bad things.
Yeah, that's what I said too, and everyone.
It's not the first, folks. Okay, it's just not. What are you gonna do?
Yep.
Anyway, all right, Josh, go ahead if you would.
All right. Well, I've gotten old in the last week, Derek. Just like you have said. You can find me for many hours on LinkedIn. You can find me on Facebook, Instagram, and on TikTok. Yeah, not only have I been a realtor, but I'm also now a legal recruiter. So if you have any lawyer friends, send them my way.
Nice.
All right. Bob, you, sir.
Well, of course, you can find me here on this channel. It's the first time I actually get to say that because we've been doing this show over on the Dad's Turn to Talk channel, but you can catch me here at Bob Loves Movies. The channel's name is Was It Good? You can also find me on X and on Criticlist. Also, you can find us on the Dad's Turn to Talk channel. Again, all past episodes are still going to be over there. The new streaming home will be here, but you can find past episodes over there. We will be posting clips of this show, like the review portion. We'll probably go over there, and some of our fun stuff we'll put over there as well. And the new streaming show, hopefully that can come out pretty soon. The family meeting, that could be a lot of fun. I love that thumbnail. That's going to be great.
Let's throw it one more time. Let's see it one more time, Bob.
Oh yeah, let me pull that back up here again. Let me pull that back up here. Hold on. Okay, just got it up. Let me share my screen. There we go.
Oh my gosh.
That's
That
so
is
good.
amazing.
Oh, it's the best. Oh my God. If that doesn't a million viewers, I don't know what does. Look at that.
Yeah, Walter, right there.
amazing.
Yeah. This is going to be the new streaming home of this show. We wanted to bring this over here to try to grow this channel a little bit, as well as to grow the show. And but we still want to grow the Dad's Turn to Talk channel, and so we are going to hopefully have this new stream family meeting over there, as well as we want to have clips from this show over there. So the channel's not going anywhere. It's just that the main show is going to be over here now.
So good.
All right. Now with that record store comment, I really did date myself. So now you know how old I am, pretty much.
Well,
So-
at least you said CD and not like 8-track or record.
Yeah, true.
So you said CD.
Yeah,
yeah.
those Betamax, with those crowds, and those 8-tracks.
But either way, still old, which means you can find me over at LinkedIn and Facebook. How about that? All right. And of course, like Bob said, do keep in mind, Dad's Turn Talk's going to be on his channel now, but we still have the other channel where you find all our old stuff. We'll get some new content out there, clips, etc. So it should be a good time all around.
Nice.
All right, gang. Signing off for the night. Pleasure as always. We'll be seeing you guys.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.